Is that better? I've been chatting to you, and you haven't been able to hear a word I've said. Thank you, Rosie. You are a legend. I'm assuming, and Zanzi for the message. All better now, though, right? Well, all I was saying was, imagine your first ever game at the World Cup, watching the World Cup, had been England versus France. What a mighty game that was. 6-4, kind of football we want. And then your second ever game was tonight's absolutely dire World Cup final. But they are, aren't they? World Cup finals are shit. We all knew that going in. Argentina, can we just... Look, you've won 3. You've had some great players. You've been really good. But you're playing a completely different type of football. So can you just not enter anymore? Like, maybe we're going to give your spot to someone more deserving. Although I don't know how that fits in with my previously stated ambition of having every team at the World Cup. I've come away with this World Cup with a loathing for hydration breaks, the over-commercialization, the halftime show. Like, honestly, I would hate the halftime show. I'd be along with you, all of you. I can feel you in the comments going to right now. That halftime show is a disgrace. What is that about? But ultimately, set against the rest of the match, it was actually a high point watching Ronaldo and Ronaldinho awkwardly driving Madonna around in a little Jeep. Who thinks this shit up? K-pop band, Justin Bieber playing a dirge on an acoustic guitar. Like, the World Cup, Ref Cam, the BBC's 3D view. What have you taken out of it? What was it? Like, how do you feel about it? Or do you just not want to talk about the World Cup anymore? I'm going to go through some of your comments because obviously I didn't realize I was talking at you muted for all this time. I must say, look, thanks so much, like, for letting me know. Otherwise, I would have been here for like half an hour thinking, because, you know, by the time I get down to the comments, anyway, like, evening landlord, I'll have a pint of España Victoriosa and a packet of the Falklands are British. Please, once again, Arsenal have world champions playing for us. Yeah. Although if we signed Julian Alvarez, it would have been the case in any case. But brilliant to see you, Zanzi. Hola, Zanzi, the man, the myth, the legend. Malt Licky Texas, sup, young fella. I'm so pleased. The dirty Aries spelling. Bad grammar for me in the last comment. Fella should have had a question mark following it, and I'm so pleased. I've turned. I'm not reading that because there's no need for that. Absolutely, Zanzi. Spain has done football world a great service by preventing the Argentinians getting their paws on the trophy. Viva España. This year we're off to sunny Spain. No one wanted Argentina to win. I don't ever want to watch them play football again. Honestly, I'm so tired of them. Just after the full-time whistle starting fights, it's like, what are you doing? And they conceded just one goal. Mad, isn't it? Mad. Absolutely radio rental. And 38 games Spain have now gone undefeated. They've done an invincible. Bloody brilliant. Zanzi, one look at you, and I always suspected you had some Korean blood in the family. We all do. We're all some part Korean. Are you disappointed about Morgan Rogers to Chelsea? I'm not. Although I have found it vaguely amusing that how many different channels have come in with this Arsenal gazumped. Arsenal didn't want to pay 117 million for Morgan Rogers, which I'm fine with. I'm not sure he's worth 117 million. The fact that Chelsea come in and buy a winger for more than he's worth, that's not surprising, is it? That's been happening for ages. I mean, there's 10 wingers I could list that they've bought. They just seem to keep needing wingers. 117 million for Morgan Rogers is not a good deal. It's not a good deal. Unless you think that Morgan Rogers is the missing piece. What do you think? Like, Morgan Rogers didn't win the Premier League for Aston Villa. I did a video earlier. Like, if you looked at it in terms of how many goals more, let's say you are going to play Morgan Rogers on the left, which is where we need a player. We've got Eze and Odegaard and Wanyeri, and you could play. We've got players who could play in the centre. Whether you love them or hate them, I know not everyone's a big Odegaard fan, but you could play Kai Havertz down there. Marino could play. I mean, we have players who could play in that place where Rodgers sort of looked like it was going to be a brand new formation, a new style and everything. But 117 million, let's say you do play him on the left. Is he going to score 5 goals more than Martinelli scored? Probably, actually. Martinelli had a shit game. But, like, I still don't think, season rather, I still don't think he's worth 117 million. What would we get for it? Chelsea, on the other hand, might get back into the Champions League. So for them, you know, if it's 50 million to be in the Champions League and one player can make that difference, 2 seasons Champions League, it's all good. Idrissa Dam via Mudryk Part 2. We offered 57 million for Mudryk, and Chelsea ended up paying 88.8 million. I think it was near 100 in the end, including add-ons. Now Chelsea have spent 117 million on someone not worth 90. I hear you. Cannot hear you, Dan, but you can now, can't you? Landlord, you're a mute. Dan is miming act tonight. Oh, I should have read tonight. EIE, Dario 6, good to see you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Fixed. Rosie, down to Rosie. Rosie, I was thinking, why is Rosie phoning me? Thank you. Listening along at bedtime. I know it's a late one tonight. I don't want to stay up too late, but I also didn't want to miss a show because I miss you guys. Rosie's up, young lady. How's Scotland faring this week? And mate, and absolutely buzzing for our players winning it. Manuel, beautiful sentiment. I'm buzzing for Marino. He's one of my favourite players. Personality, big beaming smile. Spain. We should talk about Morgan Rogers. I think we will talk. There is an appetite to talk about Morgan Rogers. The typical City. I sometimes dip in on him, and he was going, no one wants to play for Arsenal. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Morgan. So many people saying, why is Morgan Rogers chosen to play for Chelsea and not Arsenal? It's because we didn't make a bid. It's the same reason he hasn't chosen Man City. Just to be clear, Man City didn't make a bid either. I think a lot of teams didn't make a bid because 117 million is too much money for Morgan Rogers. It just is. And if you want to tell me, well, that's what they cost now, great, but we haven't got enough money to buy Morgan Rogers and the players we need, so we're not buying Morgan Rogers. Meanwhile, Solis, medical booked, coming in for about 35 to 40 million. Is it work? Wouldn't you be better off buying Solis, right back, and a defensive midfielder, squad players? Wouldn't that move you closer to the Champions League? Maybe, maybe not. I'm here to talk about it. Long time no see, says Idrissa Dam. Great to see you, by the way, Idrissa Dam. Bloody roasting, Zanzi. How are you? Mortley, Texas. Hey, hey, superstar. Odario 6. I never used the word cringe, but that halftime show was a definition of the word itself. I loved it. I live for a bit of K-pop. I have no idea what's going on. This whole World Cup, they've been showing people in the crowd. I don't know. Missed things happening on the pitch because they've got to show you some celebrity. Tom Cruise doing a You know, Matt Damon with his Argentine wife. What? Like, who gives a shit? What are you doing to our football? Are you getting worried about Arsenal transfers? No. And the reason I'm not getting worried about Arsenal transfers is because I'm kind of in the mind that if the right player is available and we get them, brilliant. But I don't want to panic buy. I don't want to buy another Nicola Pepe. I don't want somebody that we just need to appease the fans. I was so surprised by the reaction of the Arsenal fans. I mean, Lee Judges, loved the guy. He's quality, intelligent, really lovable. But Jesus, wept. Oh, so wanted Rodgers, just pay whatever it takes. It's like, what do you mean just pay whatever it takes? Why would you pay 117 million for a player who's not worth it? I really like him. It's like, well, you're still allowed to like him. He's just going to be at Chelsea for 2 seasons before pissing off. Jadon Sancho, Neto. I mean, like, shall I go through the list of players? I will in a minute. Hello. World Cup. What's that? Lol. Over. It's done. Done and dusted. Have I still got that sticker? I must have. Wait there. The World Cup. Done and dusted. Morgan Rogers to Chelsea. Done and dusted. Who cares? Start of this window, I didn't want Morgan Rogers. He's not in my top 3. I'll take Vinicius Jr. if he's going. It doesn't look like he's. Although I heard he's linked with Man United, so lucky singing later, and he'll be happy about it. Can't wait to see how he spells Vinny Jr. And where are we? I also hate hydration breaks. Well, I mean, I don't know why. It's vitally important. If you're playing, especially if you're playing indoors. This show is fully supports hydration breaks. That, by the way, is your opportunity. 11 minutes in, we'll be doing that on the hour every hour. I also hate hydration breaks, if I'm honest. I'm not getting worried about Arsenal. Shouldn't be. Absolutely shouldn't be. Right, bedtime. Take care, everyone. I'll be listening along. Sleep well, but not too soon. There he is, Jose in the house. Greetings, everyone. Great to see you, Jose. And hola, Zanzi. And Arsenal might sign Diamande. We're not signing Diamande. I'll tell you that now. Also, what made me laugh, and this is where I do have a great deal of sympathy for the Arsenal fans who were raging about Rodgers. We were promised by the in the nose for 3 weeks that we were signing him. It's like they never promise you anything. Can we all just stop watching transfer news? Let's talk about transfers when the guy's holding up the shirt. Anything before then is just bullshit all the time. Transfer windows are always judged by whatever happens at the end, not in the middle. Thank you, what dude 7827. Absolutely. What are we doing? Like, well, we've got to do our business early. No, you've got to wait to see what's happening. Right. For example, Julian Alvarez might very well have to leave Atleti. There are talks going on, apparently, between Atleti and Arsenal. They don't seem like they want to sell him to Barca, and he's come out and said he wants to leave. So you'd have to figure something's possible there. Similarly, Bradley Barcola will be leaving Paris Saint-Germain. He's a very good left winger. I really like him. I know it's a question of opinions, but he might be available. There are players out there, is what I'm saying, and we might surprise someone. Although there aren't that many that definitely take us to the next level. That's the problem. When you're winning the Premier League, it's harder to go and buy players that definitely take you over the line. Same with Man City. They weren't buying a lot of players until they hit that transitional phase that they're now in. Also, this is a message to typical City. Yes, I'm talking to you. When you tell us that nobody wants to come and play for us, at least our manager hasn't run off. You know, it's a bit rich from a City side that have just had to replace their manager because he was like, I can't do this anymore. It's boring. So don't worry about us living rent-free in your head. We're champions. You worry about you in transition. At this point, what are you transitioning to? I do rate Rodgers, though. Shame. Yeah, it is a shame. I rate Rodgers incredibly highly at 80 million. I would have gone to 85 if you'd have twisted my arm. But when I saw Chelsea do this, we'll pay more. Come and play for us. Okay, why has he chosen Chelsea over Arsenal? It's because he didn't have a choice. That's what it comes down to. Also, 3 Arsenal boys are World Cup champions. How annoying is it to be David Raya in this Spain side? Because I have no idea if Unai Simon is any good or not. And I still don't, because no one's taking shots at him. He's not saving anything. He basically stole a living today, didn't he? He was in the penalty area for sure. But Argentina didn't have a shot on or off target for 100, what was it? 20 minutes? Piss take. I don't care, Rogers, mate. I just want Bruno in. Guimaraes is your one, is he, Manuel? That one looks like it's good. We have no idea. Look, the truth is, we have no idea who we're really interested in. Rogers, for me, from the outset, seemed like we were trying to fill a new position. Like, he's not an 8. You can't really. I mean, I know he played left wing for Villa, but it's different, isn't it? The system's different. Zubi and Marino and Ray, I forgot that because he never played. Yeah. It's harsh being Spain. I mean, it's not like they haven't lost a game in 30 years. You're not going to change the goalkeeper now, are you? I don't think Diomande is coming to Arsenal. I think he wants to go to Paris Saint-Germain. I think he'd be too expensive, and he is massive potential. But that at that price, you want slightly more. Am I the only one who didn't want Rodgers in badly? I want Bruno. No, I don't think you are. I don't necessarily. I'm not in the camp that I didn't want Rodgers, and I want Bruno. My thinking was, and it's complicated, but I do think Julian Alvarez and Bradley Barcola changes options that we have in big games. And I know that we could have a very long and happy, healthy discussion about whether you think I'm right about Barcola and Alvarez. Many people point to the piss poor season Alvarez had and the unspectacular World Cup that he had, with the exception of that one goal that got them through to face us. We have the Cronkies and Bertrand. I'm not worried at all. We're getting who we need, not who we want. Jose, that's already... Listen, I'm putting a pin in that one. That's already my favourite comment. And that's how I feel. I think you've just summed up succinctly exactly what I think. I think, what are we worried about? Why is everyone stressing? Here's my take on it. If you thought, since we set up this channel in 2023, and some of you have been here for so long, I'm so grateful to you. But since we set up this channel, I've just felt like, oh God, I hope we win something so that our Arsenal fan base isn't so gloomy. And then yesterday it was like, get pay what they want. It's like, what are you talking about? Just pay what they want. You're like petulant kids in the back of the car. No, we're not paying whatever Aston Villa want. If Morgan Rogers is the difference between us winning the league or not, then pay it. But how is he? Explain how he is. You didn't even want him. Like, if everybody who's so desperate to have Morgan Rogers come in had wanted him just a year earlier, we'd have got him for like 60 million. I mean, this isn't the first big name. I mean, to go to Chelsea at the moment when Enzo Fernandez, their captain, wants to leave, something not right in the state of Chelsea. Arsenal back in training tomorrow. Yep, Argentina is as its country, and these donkey racist footballers can get fucked. Football and justice happened today. Justice would have been like a 5-0 shellacking. They're just... it leaves a sour taste in your mouth, doesn't it? Their attitude, the racist songs from last time. Yeah. But I've never disliked Argentina until this World Cup. And not because of the way they beat us. Just everything they bring to football is anti-football, and they can stew in that. I don't want Alvarez. He won't come with the right mindset to us. And I think I accept that. That's an alt theory 777. No, I agree with that. That would be my big concern as well. But we talked about this on Tuesday. If a player comes, they are professional. Gary made this point really well. So they are professional footballers. They may want to go and play for Barcelona, but it doesn't mean that they won't play their heart out wherever they do end up, because they have ambition and they want to win things. But I accept that Alvarez is probably unlikely to come anyway, because he doesn't really want to. But if he can't stay at Atleti, and Atleti won't sell him to Barca, and Barca can't afford him, and Paris Saint-Germain have pulled out, there aren't that many clubs in the world of football that can spend the kind of money. This is the other thing that makes me laugh when people say, oh, the market's disinflated. It is while the stupid spending teams still have money. Man City aren't interested in Morgan Rogers. Tottenham are buying Sandro Tonali for 100 million. Good for them. If that works out, I'll eat this hat. Smash the likes, everyone, and whatever else you have to do. I don't know. I'm far too busy clearing out the cellar from unhappy RGs who've somehow found their way down there. Also, well said, by the way. Also, respect judges, but what he was saying, I lost respect I had for him. Yeah, sometimes it does feel like it's easy to lose respect for people. It's just, listen, it wasn't even the things he was saying. If he'd sat there and said, oh, I really wanted Rodgers, and all these in the knows really built up my hopes, but it's just so frustrating that we didn't feel he was worth 117 million. But it's all this, why won't they just pay whatever it takes? It's because Andrea Berta looks at it as like, what problem does he solve? We need a right back. We need a defensive midfielder. We probably need some centre back cover, and we definitely need a left winger. And Morgan Rogers on the left wing probably isn't the kind of left winger that we wanted. So yeah, why not spend a $500 million on him? If we're gonna do this, spend whatever it takes bullshit. It's simple. Rodgers didn't want to play the role Arteta had for him, according to reports. Plus, Arsenal weren't like. That's the wrong way round, isn't it? That's as simply as I can put it. Is that he never had the choice to come to Arsenal because we never bid the correct amount of money. It wasn't like we could bid 80 million. We didn't. But if we'd bid 80 million and Chelsea had bid 117 million, but Rodgers really wanted to play at Arsenal, Villa would say, I'm really like, all right, then go on, and we'll take a 30 million hit on it just to keep you happy. No, it doesn't work like that. There's no decision for Rodgers to make if only one team bid for him. Chelsea came in, paid 117 million. We didn't match it. We never looked like matching it. And so there was no decision to make. As to whether we like the role or not, I don't know. But then that's an interesting point, because what role did we have in mind for him? Was he supposed to be playing left wing where he played for Villa, or doesn't he want to play centre attacking mid? The narrative, everybody wants to wind up Arsenal fans, and some Arsenal fans are very easy to wind up. Personally speaking, I don't really care about Rodgers. And if you do and we didn't get him, I'm sorry for you. But like, wait till the end of the season, like so many people have said already, because you might be pleasantly surprised by who we do bring in. Or you might not, and then you can start the season off angrily banging your head against the wall. You know, he didn't have the option for us. We made no bid. Exactly. In the same way that it would be true to say, oh, Rodgers didn't really want to play for Maresca at Man City because he didn't really want to pay for him and because there was no option to. You know, it's just that, isn't it? Tollis was in London today for his medical. Hopefully his signing will start to calm the fans. I don't think it will. I don't think it. No, the fans want headlines. There's this kind of thing, and I said it in the video. So I know I always do this: make a video and then spoiler it by talking to you guys about it. But different crowd. Look, Solis is sensible, and he's the right kind of player. Fans just want to win the transfer window. They want to be able to brag. They endlessly care about what other fans are saying about us. Oh, they're all laughing at us because we got gazumped by Chelsea. Really? They're laughing at us because Chelsea paid way more than they should have done for Morgan Rogers. They did that with Mykhailo Mudryk. Are we laughing at Chelsea, or are Chelsea laughing at us? I mean, what difference does it make? If people saying that, you know, he chose, like, that typical City. He's chosen Chelsea over Arsenal. Yeah, and everyone else who didn't bid. How are we even having the conversations? Why are they desperately trying to tell me? Hello, are you still there? I've just done a really stupid thing on my computer. Sorry. Today is a day of gremlins. I'm not sure what's going on anymore. I will try and sort this out. 1 second here. There's no point in telling me in the chat if you can see me or not, because I have no idea. I am live across two. What on earth have I done there? It just said new desktop, and I pressed it, and I probably shouldn't have done that. So I'm now going to see me DOS times. Where are we? Right. So sorry about that. I'm going to have to mute one of me. Right. This has been one of those days today. Let me see if I can get some help up here. Hang on a second. I tell you what. Is that better? Oh, God. I am right. Do you know what? This could be a quick show tonight because I'm getting awful feedback. Zandy, you're coming up to help me. Get up here. I need help. You have no idea how bad it's gone. You know, whenever you speak, you can hear yourself. It's really bad. Um, uh, Too much of me. Something's gone very badly wrong. If Dan stopped watching his porn, it's better. Yeah. What the actual hell is going on? Zanti, get in here! Oh, this is the worst. We haven't had that many gremlins in this show, have we? I need to close my entire computer and start. So if I can get someone in here. All right, so let me just start. I'm gonna go through this. I think Zolis is a fantastic signing. He looks like he could be on a par with Trossard, which is a great signing, no? I don't know. I don't know if I think he's a great signing. I can't justify saying that. Right. This could be a repeat of Mudryk, Trossard fiasco 22-23. The Mudryk, Trossard fiasco. I love it. I think we'll have a slow start to the season and gain momentum once Lieber, Rice, and Saka. Are you guys hearing the feed? Hopefully not. So everything's gone wrong. Chelsea fans are laughing at us after they signed Mikhailo Mudryk. I rest my case. If Chelsea fans want to laugh at someone, they need look only in a mirror, because they were 10th last season. They spent 1.4 billion, 1.5 now, and they finished 10th. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. How are you, Mr. Tom? This gives me a perfect opportunity. I'd love to know what I've done. I'm running twice. This is so bad, isn't it?
Almost everything has something to do with Leeds United. Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom.
I can't help it, but I'm sitting here thinking, what would happen if you told AI to go fuck itself?
But actually, I've fixed it now. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, God. Zooks. Where is he? Are you on the screen, Zanti? Can you hear me? Hello? I don't know where everybody is. This I've never known anything like this. I have no idea what I've done wrong in this life or in any other to deserve. There we are. Zanzi, wave at me. I know you're there. It's saying you're on the screen. Oh, I know what I've done. There you are. You were actually on. I just had solo. Ah, thank God for that. Everything's fixed. Right. You're not getting your money back on those 5 minutes. You'll need to write in and complain. Dank. I'm glad we didn't sign Rodgers. Was never fully sold on signing 170 million. Good luck, Chelsea. And Zanzi. I didn't get the fanfare and everything else. And you were writing, I'm here. Everything went terribly wrong to send. But thankfully, we're here. We've gotten through it. A bit like we got through the World Cup final. How are you?
I'm really happy now that Argentina didn't win. Can't say much more than that.
Didn't make a lot of friends, did they?
No. Is that better? Is that me? Yes, that's me. Oh, I've turned around. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even watch the first half. Came on in the second half and noticed that Argentina hadn't even had a shot on target. And I'm not even had a shot.
They didn't have a shot until what was it, the 120th minute or something?
Well, the 120th minute is like full time, isn't it?
It was
But
117 minutes. No, but
something
there
like
was
that, yeah.
3 extra minutes on the 120th, 5 extra minutes on the 120th.
But
And
they didn't even have a shot on target.
I think, well, they had one shot anyway, so that's something. So they weren't terrible. How did we lose to that shower of shit?
It's
Right, tonight's show is
the
sponsored by
ref- oh,
CA. Get involved.
ain't that some kind of fancy liquor?
What's that? Can of fancy liquor, yes.
Yeah, I know you joke about that, but I wasn't allowed to tell it.
Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. Buenos dias. This year we're off to sunny Spain. Here, they've won everything. It's sickening, isn't it?
I know.
All right, let me start off where I want your opinion first. Morgan Rogers. Have we been gazumped? Should we be sad? Is it all over for us?
No. Yeah, I looked on this. Michaela Mudryk cost Chelsea in total 88.5 million, and we offered Shakhtar
Pounds
Donetsk,
or euros?
pounds, that is.
Oh yeah, okay,
which is over 100 euros.
Yeah.
We offered Shakhtar Donetsk 57 million, and Chelsea said, "Oh, we can play better than that," and they did. And Shakhtar said, "Oh, okay,
we want him. We want him. We want every winger going."
Yeah,
yeah, and we never. This is what makes me laugh, because people will say, "Oh, you know, you got embarrassed. He wanted you more. He wanted Chelsea more than you." It's like, okay, well, we don't know that, do we? What we know is we didn't want him at 117 million.
No.
And I don't think it's ever going to be something we regret, honestly.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm mortified that we didn't get him.
What would he have done? What do you think? Could he have lifted us to new levels? I mean, what are we hoping for?
If he wanted to play more central, because we're getting better wingers, hopefully, touch wood, then he's got to be playing against Eze, Odegaard, Ranieri, Dowman.
Yeah. Okay, but here's my question. So what's interesting about that for me is that so if that theory holds, that he's decided to go to Chelsea because they're not going to play him centrally, or they are going to play him centrally, surely he wants to play more centrally.
I don't know. Who knows?
This is the thing, isn't it? I think
cares?
honestly, it had nothing to do with his conversation with Morgan, with Xabi Alonso. I think it was just, we don't want you that much. Like, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? Like, if you put a bid in on a house that you really like, and it's 100, and it's 500,000, and someone else comes along and bids 700,000. That doesn't mean you have to bid 710,000. It just means like, oh right, then it's not worth it to me. I don't want that house that much.
Yeah.
Oh, hello sounds very creepy. No, so I think we're all on the same. But is it? It's just started, hasn't it? For me, it's watching Lee Judge. Did you see him through gritted teeth? Gotta do the deal. And then Turkish sort of sitting there like, why can't we move like a big club? So because, what do you mean, why can't we move like a big club? We are moving like a big club.
Yeah, we're the league champions from what I can remember.
This royalty is here.
Oh my God.
Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Do you feel like we got stitched up, that we're embarrassed because Morgan Rogers has chosen to go to the only club who's offered any money for him?
Oh, is that a question for me?
Well, yes. I should have been clearer.
In my serious opinion on it is that I get the feeling that you were basically at a level which you were prepared to pay, and Chelsea went above that, and you basically went, good luck with that, Chelsea. I'll see you later.
It is that, isn't it? It's like, if you, I've never been to an auction. I don't really get why are auctions where £25, £25.50. What is all that? But anyway, that's what it felt like. It felt like we just didn't raise our paddle the last time. We were at 85 million, over 85 million to the beautiful club in the red over there. Oh, I have another bid here, 117 million. Any extension on 117 million? No, done. Villa have gone, grabbed the money and run off. The question I have for all these people who want to tell me that Morgan Rogers is the greatest thing since sliced bread, why didn't Villa keep him then? Villa have rated him at 117 million. They think that's a lot for him because they've sold him at that price. I just don't get it. I think he's a great player. I was watching him all the way through the World Cup when he came on because I haven't seen as much of him as everybody else seems to have done. You know,
the impression I get of him, Dan and Zanzi, the impression I get is keep in mind Villa were negotiating with themselves essentially. Based on whatever they sold him for, they were keeping 80% of it because 20 goes to Middlesbrough.
Right.
Who have done really well out of this deal, by the way.
Yeah, just a bit.
They've earned more money than they actually sold him for in the first place.
Do you know how many meat pies they'd have to sell at Middlesbrough to actually come close to that?
Well, with northern prices, I imagine it might be 27 pies.
Yeah, I love it. No, yeah, they've done well. Everyone's done well out of this. Morgan Rogers probably done well out of this. I don't begrudge him it. What I'm wondering is, so, okay, look, like to be boring, if I think of this as a football fan, I want this player and that player because they're great on FIFA. If I'm a sporting director, I go, what do we actually need? We need somebody to play. We haven't got really anyone on the left, so we need a left winger. Morgan Rogers can play there. He's probably not a huge upgrade on our left wing, but certainly an improvement. And eventually you'd see him coming into the middle, and then he's fighting Dalman, Wanyeri, Odegaard, and Eze. So we're kind of well stocked there. We could probably do a bet. Like if you said to me Junior Krupi is 117 million, I'd probably be more likely to pay it because I see the problem he solves. Whereas, and he's young and he's, he could be potentially amazing. I think his resale value will always be 60 or 70 million, hopefully. But with this Morgan Rogers, I think all that's happened is exactly what you said. We've gone not really a position that we desperately need to raise that much money in. But so my question is this: what do Chelsea think they're buying? Where is Cole Palmer playing? Where's Enzo Fernandez playing? Where are they playing Caicedo? And where are they playing, therefore, Morgan Rogers? Are they playing two? I know that Xabi Alonso would like to play three at the back. Are they going to play wing backs? Are they not playing wing? What is going on? Where do they think that Morgan Rogers takes Chelsea?
I can't prove this, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, in Chelsea's mind, they're thinking Arsenal are going to come up and go, we're going to give you 116 million. So now I need to give 117 million. But Arsenal have probably gone, I'm not giving you more than 85. Now, I have no fact for any of that. I've just made up that hypothetical conversation. But I get the feeling that Chelsea feel like if I go well above what I think you're going to pay, we'll get the player. But then it's like they've negotiated in an invisible negotiation based on something they don't know has happened.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean that. Look, so I really respect that because that's what we're all trying to do, really, isn't it? Like you can either be somebody who pretends to know stuff, or you can work it out from what's available logically. And since none of us are pretending to be in the knows, we can only say, well, look, what seems like it happened is Chelsea knew we were interested, and Edgar Barley came in and said, how much to get the deal done today? And Villa said 117 million because we want to break the record. And Chelsea went, yeah, all right, that's fine. And I don't think Chelsea care that they could have probably got him for 107 million or 100 million because ultimately no one else was going to come in anywhere like that. So effectively, I think you're right. But we'll never know. But it doesn't seem to me like Arsenal made any kind of offer anywhere. So we were, they always say this about Andrea Berta. They did this at Atletico. He likes to find out 5 people that are interested, and then he pushes the button on the one that he really likes. This whole narrative has been Morgan Rogers was our number one signing. James B at Gooniverse was like, why can't we ever just get Arteta his number one preference? I was like, I don't know for a fact this was his number one. I think his number one could be Julian Alvarez. If he's sensible, you'd go Vinicius Junior over Morgan Rogers, wouldn't you? Champions League final. If we make it to the next Champions League final and it's a big club, you can either have Morgan Rogers in your starting lineup or Vinicius Junior. Where do you go? Like I know who I'd pick.
I'd pick Dominic Calvert-Lewin, obviously.
Obviously,
but,
if you need someone to miss the penalty, or to make it hard work against Sheffield Wednesday, then by all means.
I still have nightmares about that match.
It is one of the big matches I remember, and it was such a, like, for me, an inconsequential match. But I was kind of willing the ball into the back of the net for you guys, and just thinking this guy would do my head in.
I was just laughing at it, and I know we got that's take us on tangents. I apologise for that, but obviously we missed the 3 open goals in injury time. 3, and I think 2 of them was Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I asked, he missed at least 3 really good chances, but I always ask you this: he missed the penalty as well, didn't he?
He did miss. He put the penalty in Rose Ed.
He had money on that game.
I'm no expert on this, but I do have it on authority that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's penalty did land in a car park in London
several days later.
Yeah, about 3 months after the game. I would have said 4 months after the game, but I wanted to be quite realistic with the 50%.
Yeah, and it had Santa's signature on it. Right, I'm sure Villa can't believe their luck. I agree with that. Mortlake, Texas. 170 minutes. Yep. Okay. Well, let me just quickly go and check. That's okay. It turns out it is. Can we have that in cash? I mean, Chelsea
and drive him there myself.
What do the Chelsea fans who are so excited about this? What do they think it will do for them? What is it that they're convinced is going to happen now that wasn't happening last season when they finished 10th? He was at Villa and they got to 4th.
That's all it is.
That's it. And that's all it's ever been for Chelsea. It's all it's ever going to be for Chelsea. We want this one. They've signed so many. Esteval, Neto, Gittins. I mean, like, every time you look, they've signed in the Bluecoat era, they've signed 10 wingers. Not one goalkeeper. No, don't need a striker. Fuck off. Centre back, piss off. No, put another winger on the pitch. Alonso plays the 3-4-2-1. Rodgers and Palmer will play left 10 and right 10 respectively. That's great. With that formation, I have no doubt that they will finish in the top half of the table. That's excellent. That's worth 117 million. When you think of the teams above them, Bournemouth, Brentford, do you know what I mean? Like, none of them are spending 117 million on a winger, let alone the 10th winger they
sell the players to Chelsea that get them 170 million for a winger.
I always say this to my father-in-law. Bournemouth could just wallpaper the stadium with money. They're not spending it on anything. Brighton could literally just solid gold chairs. Food's free. Have as much caviar as you want. The pitch could be caviar. Do you know what I mean? They make so much money. And they're finishing above a team that just goes, how much do you want? 90 million. Have 117. Okay.
But Bournemouth could actually give their fan base £1 million each and they'll still be in profit.
Yeah. That's 2 million quid, isn't it? Jack Swagger. Dan should be an auctioneer, not a monkey, not a tan, not a pony, not a tenner. I used to sell stuff in Camden Market. Don't worry. If you're worried this is cheap, don't worry. It's not snide. It's all nicked.
Give me a pound, mate.
Give me a pound coming round, mate. Jump up and down. Evening, gents. Let's be posh. Flyber is here. Bloody good to see you, sir. And Jack Swagger says the same. So, yeah, look, it started early this season, though, because on the one hand, I would love to just be an Arsenal fan and just know that when all these Man City fans and people are going, he dumped you. Just go, yeah, got it. How are you getting on, by the way? How's your team getting on? Because you never seem to talk about them. Like, it just seems to be, now that we're all here together since Arsenal cost England the World Cup, can I just say, on behalf of all Arsenal fans, not just the Arsenal fans in this country, but Arsenal fans all over the world, we're so very, very sorry for ruining the World Cup for you. It's our fault because we made Declan Rice play football. Sorry. Fucking Adrian Durham. I've never heard anything so stupid in my life. Do you know who I blame for England losing against Argentina? Well, I don't know. Is it the manager or the players? No. It's a club back in England that played its players to win the league. What do you make of that? Can you imagine sitting here, Tom? Can you imagine? Yeah, Leeds are the reason England lost the World Cup. Like, how great!
I'd love that to be the case.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would love Leeds United to be of a standing to have the players pick for England who then underperform, or however you put it, to then have people coming to me going, "You're why we didn't win the World Cup." I'll be like, "Amazing, thank you."
He's blaming Saka, and Saka wasn't even on the pitch. It's like, what? Like, what do you want? Like, and then to see Declan Rice score that goal against France and Saka score a hat trick. I have to say, I did an I told you so. You know, like some people in YouTube, it's popular to say "I told man." I've never done that. Like, I've never been able to. But I said, if we play Harry Kane, he will touch the ball 28 times. He won't have a shot on target. And he played too deep. In the end, he came on, he played too deep, didn't have a shot on target and touched the ball 26 times. And I'm not psychic. I'm just, I've watched all the other semi-finals he's been in. And I didn't get any thrill from it whatsoever. Sometimes you watch YouTubers and think, they live for this. I told you. And as a joke, because the missus didn't watch the France game, her and her dad went to bed and I stayed up and watched it with not too much optimism, but it was a great game. And then this morning she goes, why do you think England did so well? And I went, well, they dropped Harry Kane. So it was a kind of an all-day thing where she was saying, did you mean that? Is that really why England did so well? I was like, no. It's because the French were like, don't care. Fuck it.
No, that match is the third place playoff, whatever you call it, bronze medal match, whatever they've renamed it, is the football equivalent of the last day of term at school.
Yes.
It's the footballing equivalent of this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Defense doesn't turn
They
up.
probably, like, in that basis, the France team probably didn't even want to wear their kits. Can we just wear what we want, our tracksuits? No, you're wearing your kit.
They didn't turn up in their Adidas tracksuits with 4 stripes on them, obviously, because why not?
It was the footballing equivalent of a Gallic shrug. It was like,
yeah.
They went 4-0 down in the first half. How many of us watching that game thought, oh, they're going to win this? The fuckers. Going to win this 5-4.
When it went 4-3, I just, in the back of mind, I'm not even angry at that point because I'm just more surprised.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I'm more surprised that we didn't lose despite being 4-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, France. I never watched the first half. I just turned on at halftime to see what the score was. And I looked at it and I thought, 4-0. 4-0? Really? Hang on. Yep. Fucking Saka twice, Rice, blimey. 4-0? Yes, it is.
Really
So I started,
half, to be fair.
But when
imagine not watching the first half. I mean, that's what kills me. He's gone, I'll watch it from the second half onwards. So I just see France scoring unopposed 3 times. How the fuck have I? You shouldn't have watched the half time, mate. You should have watched the highlights.
I mean, France could have been, with the chances they had, they could have been 6-4 up before we woke up.
A few things that have come out that have cemented this for me is I have nothing against Harry Kane. Right, I have nothing against Harry Kane's left brain cell. The truth here is that I think the pressure gets to him, and I think it wasn't like Ivan Toney was sensational, but at least he stayed near the penalty area, which is sometimes what you want, right? Yeah, you're right, Mr. Tom. I think it's a perfect analogy. The French turned up like it was; they weren't expecting there to be any lessons. They were like, "Don't we isn't it just quick to the tuck shop or whatever?" But no, so. But then at halftime, Didier Deschamps was like, "On y va, même chose, plus d'accord avec."
Last game, mate.
Yeah, fucking hell, are you really doing this to me? You sorry.
At least pay some respect, to which then they did for the second half.
Yeah, they did, but not. But you know what? There'll be a book written about this in a few years' time. What happened to France? what actually happened to France against Spain as well. They were incredible team until they got to Spain. I know Spain are a good side, but those last 2 games they conceded 8 goals. You know, that's mental for a team that I thought no one would be able to beat. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was. Imagine not watching the first half. That would have been like, oh great, oh shit. Jude Bellingham, I will forever.
And what you got?
Say again.
Different things. What you thought you'd be in for in that second half, and what you got were 2 different things.
It is like, but the players gave a lot, and Declan Rice's opener was a good goal. Saka was great. Could have had a couple more. Obviously, it was a thrilling game in one respect, but not really. Like my heart rate wasn't going up or down. I'm like you. Even when I thought I will lose it from here, I was like, oh well, be fun. I just thought
I wasn't nervous out of like genuine. Oh my god, we might not finish third in the World Cup. Like who gives a shit at this point? But like. I'm not one sitting here going, oh my god, I need that extra $4 million as part of the FA's prize fund payout or whatever, because I'm not going to see any of it.
I'm not either. Turns out I'm a bit gutted about it. No, but you know what?
It's all going to Zanzi.
It's all going to Zanzi.
Have you had any payment then from the FA?
Not a penny. Not since the last brown envelope came through where they said, please stop talking smack about Thomas Tuchel, but I can't. I just don't like it. I kind of warmed to him a little bit because of the changes he made. I think maybe this guy will learn. I think we could get to a conversation over whether you'd sack Tuchel or not. For me, I want to ask both of you. No, I kind of agree with you, so maybe we won't have it because it'd just be us against Zanzi.
No, I don't think we should sack him because, I mean, look.
Oh, well, that's not a debate then, is it? Like,
our Arteta in this first season didn't exactly impress. In fact, it was his FA Cup win which probably kept him in the seat. He played 38 league games. Tuchel's only played 21 games for Arsenal, England.
You know what? Like, you make a really good point because he didn't concede a goal in qualifying, which is quite an achievement. I mean, it wasn't like we were up in a tough group or anything. He, in his first ever tournament, did better than anyone's done since Alf Ramsey. And I was with you, Tom. Like, I was like, who gives a shit third place? But then actually seeing them with their medals and seeing and thinking, best performance on foreign soil, best performance since '66. Like, all these people like Lee Gunn are going, they shouldn't be celebrating with their medals. Fuck off. Do you know, I'm so tired of people who've never won anything in their lives going, you shouldn't celebrate winning something. It's like, oh yeah, tell you what you do then. Put a team of your mates together and you enter the World Cup and we'll see if you celebrate coming third in the world. You know? So I think I'm wrong. I think I went into it thinking I don't give a shit. I'd rather it hadn't been a third place playoff. But then we wouldn't have had that exceptional fun game of football. And we wouldn't have been able to see what football can be like when the pressure's off. Because when you get into the World Cup, particularly the final, tonight was a pretty poor final. But when was the last good final? Because I asked my father-in-law and he went 1970. I was like, so you're saying that in my entire lifetime, which is not short, there's never been a good World Cup final?
The last good final would have been the last one.
Do you think? Was that a good final?
Well, it was exciting.
It was exciting. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's
it's
a fair
a
point.
match that had 6 goals in it.
Yeah, and it was a good comeback. And no, you're right. Actually, yeah, you're fine. Yeah,
It's
2022.
good in the way that today's game was not good because today's game was a fucking dross.
Yeah, 2 teams in it. Yeah, that's always better, isn't it? I think that's an innovation that we'll take from this World Cup from now on. Make sure there's 2 teams in it. I was watching something quite sinister where I never really thought about it before, but they have snipers at the top of the stadium in case anything kicks off. And I was thinking, I know we discussed this last week. I was like, take a player off every 5 minutes in extra time.
I remember it.
But do you know what I mean? Just the idea of them like looking over their shoulder going, who's it going to be? We don't know.
America, they'd be very good at shooting people.
Yeah. And they wouldn't care you were innocent. Shoot one of the Argentines. That's a Spanish one. Hey, Spanish, Argentine. I don't know.
Tomato.
Tomato. I'm popping champagne specifically for the Enzo Red. I fucking hate Enzo Fernandez. Why do I hate Enzo Fernandez so much? It's because what? Why do I hate him?
Because he scored against Leeds in the FA Cup semi-final. Pardon my language, but fuck him.
Yeah, no, fuck him entirely. I think the racist singing is probably up there for me. Fucking hate those.
Yeah, that's probably a good indicator of whether someone's a bit of a wrong un or not.
Isn't it? That's a fairly good, that's a telling kind of like, oh, right, so you think you judge people on the colour of their skin. Great. Well, if you just start to take the first left and we'll be with you in a moment. I'm not a psychic too, so is Mr. Tom. Nick Fadley, I clicked the like and I liked it. Please click the like. Dan, you said Kane shouldn't be playing. The moment he was off, England was cooking, and that Jude goal was worldy. I love Jude. Jude Bellingham. If you said to me, how much would you? I would say 117 million for Jude Bellingham. I don't even blink. 170 for Jude Bellingham. I don't even flinch. I think $250 million for Jude Bellingham. Yeah, he's worth it for me. I would move heaven and earth. I would even, just having him at Arsenal. That he's my favourite player in world football at the moment. I didn't even get involved because you know what we're like. We're club fans. I don't give a shit about England. I didn't even watch any of the qualifiers. But when after the event, when I was hearing that people were saying he shouldn't be in the squad, and you're like, because he's shit, isn't he? Like,
who was saying that?
Loads of
Bellingham.
Yes,
people were saying that.
saying don't take Jude. Do you think that's part of our national problem, isn't it?
Didn't win the Champions League, presumably.
Yeah, idiot.
Are they watching football like Ray Charles? You know.
Yeah.
I like how you say like Ray Charles, then do Stevie Wonder.
Well, yeah. I was trying to think of Stevie Wonder's name, but I couldn't. Wasn't Ray Charles blind as well?
Yes, he was, but he didn't do the same songs as Stevie Wonder.
No.
He didn't do the same music video.
It wasn't like, hey, we are the world. Where is everybody, man?
Yeah. We are the champions.
Yeah, no time for losers, mate. Let's not let them wind us up. This is so infuriating. I genuinely knew it was going to be like this. We all did. You know, when we win the league, Arsenal fans will all be really cheerful. Fucking Turkish sitting there like someone's run over his cat. Lee Judge is going, why don't you sign the player? I really like him. It's like, aren't you my age? I just have this. I want to do a cartoon of Lee Judges in every situation, like at the checkout. What do you mean you haven't got any cornettos? It's like it's everything. It's just a bit. There's a really good Australian Chopper Reed piss take where he goes, Australia, just harden the fuck up. And I just want to have someone go around all these Arsenal YouTubers going, oh yeah, you didn't get the play you want. Oh, right. Well, maybe just toughen the fuck up. You know, it's like, what are we doing here? England would have won 12-4 if Kane had played. It's fair. That is fair. My argument, in fairness, about Kane was that the pressure gets to him. I don't think the pressure got to anyone yesterday. I think they're all playing. But that moment where Marcus Rashford was running into space, I think it was the first half. So exciting. I would hear me out. You all know what I'm going to say now anyway. 117 million for Morgan Rogers and you're going to play him on the left, or 30 million for Marcus Rashford and you're going to play him on the left?
I'll pay 30 million for Rashford.
Because, I imagine Rashford wouldn't get you a quarter of the goals of Morgan Rogers. So if you're doing this sort of money ball thing where you go, well, let's just buy in players for goals and contributions and points they might win you, then Marcus Rashford isn't 1/4 of the points that Morgan Rogers will get you. Enzo's red card couldn't have gone I'm going to do this in my most BBC newsreader voice because I think it deserves it. Enzo's red couldn't have gone to a nicer fella. Full kit wanker. Appointing Tuchel was a shortcut attempt by the English FA, a gamble which didn't work. AFC Rids, great to see you. I like Miguel Delaney. And he did a thing was it's almost justice that England didn't win the World Cup with Thomas Tuchel, because it just looks like go and buy the most expensive manager you can get and have him, even though he doesn't really understand the culture or the evolution of the club or the spirit of the team. And then he pointed out that Argentina and Spain both have managers who came up through the ranks, who understand the culture of the country and have a clear idea of what they want to do. And Lee Carsley, on that basis, would make a really good England manager, because he's won back-to-back under-21s Euros, and I think I really like that. But watching, so I was kind of like, look, Tuchel's staying now anyway because his contract would be too expensive to break, and they're not getting their money back on the charges against Man City, so someone's going to have to just, so we're going to be stuck with Tuchel. But after the England-France game, I was like, do you know what? There is a feeling I have with Tuchel. I watched him a lot doing post-match press conferences for Bayern Munich in German, and he's an obnoxious wanker. And I'll never forget this one game. I think it was Mainz beat Bayern 3-1, which should not happen. And he was like, yeah, but on XG, we dominated the game. And they're like, yeah, but, how do you feel about defeat? I think we played better than we've ever played. That was a great game for us. We did everything right. We just didn't finish our chances. And then he stormed off. And I thought, if I'm a fan of Bayern, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear, listen, you all just watching it wrong. He did that with England, like no regrets. Well, maybe have a few regrets because we got beaten. No, I'd do it all over again exactly the same way.
Paddy Power tweeted out, or sorry, there are other betting companies available, whatever, said, Thomas Tuchel said, we were too passive in the possession. We were too passive in that game, which is what you want to hear from the person who's in the position to actually make your team less passive.
Yeah. He's definitely got a good opportunity to... Now, here's my question, because you brought me onto a really good point. Having looked at the way Harry Kane plays in every semi-final for England, right? It's the same every single time. It's quite... Do you know, in the semi-finals, Champions League and World Cup and Euros, 6 semi-finals. There have been more, but just taking those 6, he's had 4 shots on target, and 3 of them came in one match. So, what I would say to you is, yes, Thomas Tuchel's in the box seat to make changes, but if it's Thomas Tuchel's fault that Harry Kane dropped too deep and didn't have a shot on target or influence the game and only had 26 touches, then how comes it's exactly the same as when it was Southgate? It's like, are all England managers just given a letter, like when you're in charge, just please let Harry Kane just drift around in the midfield, not touch the ball? He won a raffle or something. I know that everyone always gives Arteta a really tough time about how the team drop back when they're winning. I will say that putting on defenders is a real message to your team to say we're defending here. There's no outball. But I don't think I don't hold Tuchel responsible for how shit Harry Kane is in semi-finals.
What upset me about that, and I was upset on Wednesday, in my opinion, understandably, was the fact that when we were going toe-to-toe with Argentina in that particular football match, it was fine. Some things go your way, some things don't. It's a football match. The worst thing that we did was score, because that changed the complexion of the game. Because then basically it then became, if what happened with 2 minutes left, it would have been perfect. Because then if you set up defensively with 2 minutes left, it's fine. But setting up defensively with 20 minutes left is asking for what happened to happen.
Yeah. This is the problem we have with the media as well. You've got these fucking half-wits. Actually, if you put Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Haha together, you do get a half-wit. But basically... yes, we've done it. This guy's a prick. It's like he did the same thing against Mexico. He was a hero. He did the same thing against Norway. He was a hero. He did the same thing against Argentina. It didn't work. The man's an idiot. Sack him. And you wonder why we struggle, And I think all I hope is that Thomas Tuchel has now felt the pain of seizing up, of freezing, of doing the wrong thing at the pivotal moment. And I think that gives you the courage next time, hopefully. But we've got this Nations League. Maybe we can win that.
Oh, God.
He's not keen. Right, so Jack Swagger said they need to bring back the golden goal because penalties, though. No. I lived through the golden goal era. It was boring. No one tries to do anything. Next goal wins.
What was worse than the golden goal era?
Silver goal.
Silver goal era.
Yeah.
Because it meant the first half of extra time was even more boring.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing didn't France beat Italy on the silver goal? I think it was. I think Henri or Trezeguet scored the silver. I mean, it's just a piss take. Ultimately, I don't know why it's taking everyone so long to pick up my idea that we do the penalties after the 90 minutes. We play the full match of 20 minutes, of 15 minutes and 15 minutes and see what happens. Just replay the game. Oh, God. Some of those games, no. Even with Southgate in charge, England would have beaten Congo, Mexico and Norway. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with Southgate got us to the final against Italy. But it's just... When we look, I thought it was funny because Tuchel's first press conference, he said he was going to bring the Premier League style to England, and he kind of did. He made England into Arsenal. It's like, defend. Oh, fuck, we haven't got Saliba or Gabriel. And also the people who are furiously angry with Mikel Arteta for the fact that Saliba's out for 4 months. It's like, yeah, what are you doing playing him? Like, what kind of a manager are you putting him on the pitch and making him kick a football? Like, he should have not played him for 5 months so that he would be fit for the next 5 months. Make it make sense. Snipers on the roof.
Internationally, sorry to interrupt, we've become a functional unit, but that's it. Yeah.
That said, I think we have players you can build a big squad around, build a big performance around. We have Bellingham. We do have Saka. We have Morgan Rogers, who is a great player. We have Eze, who gives you something different. I think we need a new striker. I like Harry Kane a lot, and he's great for qualifying, and he's great against Armenia and Azerbaijan and everybody else. But then when you're in a semi-final, I'd play Ivan Toney. I've been saying it for like fucking 4 years. I can stop saying it now. You've all heard me. Nigo Lenka, do you think Marino will get more game time and a higher impact this season? I hope so. I fucking love him. Great to see you, by the way, Neil. Yeah, listen, I some players you just warm to, right? He's my guy, Marino. We've got Marino.
He almost scored the header as well.
And it was what is it with him? He's so like put him up front for England. That's what I say. Judges, AK Nashers. I really like Lee Judges. I'm not trying to go in on him, but I do just kind of think do you think it's all just performance? Did either of you see what I'm talking about, or am I just like, I know some of the guys in the chat did. Do you see Lee Judges go, and he does this angry kind of podcasty thing where you go, mate, you're a grown up. Like, it's all right to be like, do you know what? That's really pissed me off. But you can't lose your shit. It's just not make any sense.
He's playing up to a character.
That's it. And it's so obviously that. And they all are. Turkish is sitting there glumly going, why can't we move like a big club? It's like which big club? Well, like a big club that would have spent 117 million on Morgan Rogers. Well, like Chelsea. Well, they're not a big club. Right. Okay. So if moving like a big club is moving like a club that's not a big club, we're not getting there, are we?
You want to behave like a club that finished 10 places below you.
Yes, very much so.
Essentially, is what you just said.
And consistently buy players for far more than their market value that we're never able to sell because they're far too expensive, and then self-declare that we fucked up by overspending, and it's been a continuous process for more than 10 years, and then have suspended transfer sentences, all the while telling the world that we're European champions because we won the same cup Crystal Palace did. That's what we want to do. And the sooner we get to doing that, the better. All I need for Pep to take over the international team, and it's Zidane, Klopp and Pep on the international stage. Listen, I did kind of think that. I think if we got rid of Tuchel, could we bring Pep in? Would Pep? I don't know. I think Lee Carsley.
Surely.
Yeah. Or he's always said that he wants to go to South America. So I thought he would be a shoo-in for Brazil if Ancelotti didn't have a particularly good time. But Ancelotti had a bad World Cup, but they seem to be putting it down to he hasn't had long enough.
Yeah.
Pep could be the next Argentina manager.
I thought they might. I was about to say they might. Uruguay might throw the money at him, but I realised they've already hired. I can't remember.
No idea.
Someone.
No idea. But
Everyone should hire Bielsa.
Bringing on 2 attacking subs at the 85th minute was criminal. Wasn't it the 95th minute? Are you talking about the England game?
I think it was the 95th minute.
Because I remember seeing Ivan. I know I can't remember who else he brought on, but
Ivan Toney played 1 minute up to the up to the third place playoff.
And you just think,
Don't
get me
1
wrong.
minute of game time.
I'm not really a massive fan. Well, Kobe Mainoo's the unlucky bastard, isn't he? Because he was earmarked to play in the third place playoff and he got sick. Fucking just some people are born under a bad sign.
So, yeah,
England,
Rashford and Tony came on the 96th minute.
Yeah. Come on now, guys. Go and win it for us. All right, boss. Cheers, mate. Yeah, that's brilliant. Do you want just one goal, or should I just go mad and score a hat trick?
Infuriating.
It is
watching it, and like in my mind, I'm like, I want to cheer the team on, but at the same time, in the back of your mind, you know what you're inviting on. So, and it was infuriating.
It was. You know what? Like,
can't affect it as well.
You're reminding me how I felt, because obviously when I thought, first of all, Anthony Gordon's really impressed me, and I think he's impressed us all. Like I not seen him play that well at Newcastle, but I haven't seen anyone play that well at Newcastle for a bit. So he was great. That goal, well taken. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? This Argentina side haven't threatened us. They don't look that dangerous. We're going to do this. And then it becomes like this Dad's Army, dig a trench. And it was just like, what are we doing? I've seen this happen. This is the stupidest thing. And then when they equalise and you think, right, now get at them. And he froze. Tuchel froze. The players, I don't know. Kane is reported to have said that he was against what Tuchel did in bringing us up. He said, I was trying to say to him, we need to attack. But I think I'd believe it of everyone but Harry Kane. It's like, what do you mean you were telling him to attack? You're his striker, and you spent no time in their area, no time in their penalty box whatsoever, but quite a bit of time in ours. Like, what do you think? He was a left back. His heat map, he was a left back.
He was. It felt like he was playing as if say like we did hold out for the 1-0 win. He wanted it to come across as if like he heroically battled in defence to keep us in front. But that only works if you actually successfully keep us in front.
No, that's another thing I noticed about Kane. He made 14 passes. Only 8 actually got to their targets in the whole game.
And only 8 passes in the opposition half. That's not great.
But
the ref probably touched the ball more than him.
Rashford and Tony came on for a minute. Their passing accuracy was 100% with 1 pass each. Yeah. No shots on target at all.
Yeah, I've just had a look at one of my comments. Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal. That's why he wants to play for us. Okay, yes, that's right. You definitely are a bigger club than Arsenal. Night. Yeah. So look, I think we're all on the same page. It was such an England performance. So I needed to go off and be by myself. I spent 30 minutes just watching that match, going, "Why me? Why have I decided to watch this fucking? Why am I? I don't have to support England. I could easily support another team. I mean, I could identify as French. Who the fuck is? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to support England. Why did I choose England? Because I live in England. But I mean, why am I? What am I doing? Like, it's been a long time now, and this is just it. It was just shit, and it was disappointing. It was gutless. It was. And then exactly like being an Arsenal fan, what's almost worse is you're going to turn on YouTube and everyone's going, like the whistle hadn't finished blowing when people were finding someone to blame. And I looked it up and I actually made a video about this and I said, do you know 1990 when the players came third, they came back and there was this incredible reception and thousands of people lined the streets and they were all really surprised. They were like, but we failed. And everyone was like, no, man, you did us proud. But England's changed. Now it's like, oh, unless you win, you didn't do us proud. It's like, do you know what? They gave everything They gave everything. It didn't work. They might have defended too much, but I don't know. I just it's the
reason I
blame.
didn't think that they fouled, and I know that in sport you either win or you foul with that mentality, but
Yeah.
I personally felt going into the tournament, I thought at best we are probably a quarter-final team.
Yeah.
So if we get to the quarter-final and then go out, I'm like, yeah, you've met the path for what I think we are as a nation compared to all the others. But getting to the semi-final, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I was angry and disappointed with how it finished because we had the victory in our jaws, in our hands, and then we basically snatched the defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
And based on how the third place match went, now I know it's not really a good indicator for how the final would have gone, because obviously it would have been played completely differently. It would have been much more like what today's final actually was like in terms of how crazy it was and things like that.
Yeah.
But Argentina managed to not have a shot on goal in 90 minutes of the World Cup final is a disgrace.
I know. We'd have done better than that. I mean, it would have been. I still think you could. It's hard to see past Spain. I agree with you, and and I totally take your point as well, because we're not saying that because we played so well against France, but we're saying we have that in us to some degree. That we have lightning fast players who have an attacking style.
Can try. That's all I ask.
And I'm so with you, because I was like, going into it, I had no confidence. I didn't know what kind of style we play. We didn't bring the right players. I wasn't really into it. They're not going to draw me in this time. I'm not going to care. We'll go out in probably the quarterfinals, and that'll be a good achievement. But it'll be a shit game. And then to get so much, when Zanzi and I did the watch along for the Mexico game, I got so behind them. I was like, this is a team that deserves my full support. And then against Norway, fair's fair. We did the business. Bellingham was outstanding. Again, we sat back, but we defended and it worked. And then that fucking game against Argentina, against a bang average Argentina, and you just thought, why me? But the ranting, that pisses me off. I would love Yan Diamande for 100 million, can play left wing or right wing. He's just, for me, he's not definite yet. And he doesn't want to come. He wants to go to Paris Saint-Germain. So I don't think we will. But Brad was impatient. I'm afraid you're going to be impatient about that one. Could help on the right wing when Saka and Madueke get injured. Yeah. Yes, Euro 2000 was golden goal, Dan. I thought it was, Charles, great to see you, by the way. I thought it was silver goal.
The only silver goal in tournament football was Greece, I believe, in the semi-final against the Czech Republic.
Oh, that was a great tournament as well, wasn't it? Fucking hell. That was a great. I loved every moment I was awake for that, which wasn't long. Look at Zanzi's little avatar. Oh,
I know. I can't find my other one. It's gone.
No, I like this one. This is superhero settings. Right. So start another burning debate, Dan. Where do you put Rodri in the pantheon of mids? Busquets, Kante, Gilberto, Vieira, Mascherano, Makelele. Oh, right.
Makelele's a daddy, personally, for me.
Yeah. Busquets, Kante, Makelele, I don't think, and Vieira, I don't think you can be talking. I don't know. Like, is that just me with my kind of biases, though? I mean, when you think about what he's achieved.
For me, the only reason I put Makelele as the top is because he's got this underlying. When he left Real Madrid, they stopped winning. And when he joined Chelsea, they started winning. I'm
desperately trying to remember. There was a book I read where they were talking about Makelele, and it was some of his teammates were saying no one appreciated how important he was to us, because the Madrid coach was like, we don't need him. It's like, no, we do. We really do. And then he left. Exactly. So you don't always. Kante was just a phenomenal footballer. Maybe I would say, well, I don't know what it is about Rodri, because when you think of the goals he scored to win Man City the Champions League, when you think about the impact he's had on Spain, he's been a dominant presence in a Spain side that's gone 38 games undefeated, won the Euros and the World Cup. His achievements rank him as highly as anyone.
To stop Man City winning the league, it took him getting injured, realistically. Yeah, exactly. And they haven't done as well since he hasn't been himself. But then he goes into a World Cup with Spain now,
and gets through a cruciate ligament injury and becomes a World Cup winner.
What I will say to Dean Rodri so highly thought was that the one time I've actually seen Arsenal fans unite was in celebration for when he got injured.
Yeah, I mean, I don't celebrate injuries.
I wouldn't necessarily approve of it, but I'm saying that it was a time where, like, you're indirectly acknowledging the impact and importance of the player.
Yeah, it was the same in. Do you remember? It was the same in the Euros when he came off injured. As an England fan, you're like, fantastic, and then Zubimendi came on and played just as well as him. But that was a high bar. I mean, he is okay. So my instinct is that Busquets, you can't be comparing anyone with Busquets. He's just, Vieira is like, that's Patrick Vieira. Like, he's more than a human being. But maybe all Makelele. So those three, I think, are above him. But I would happily be challenged on that. I know there's some Man City people going, "What are you talking about? He's the best player in the world," and all that, and however they speak. Bless them. But no, I don't think you can put him up there with Busquets just because Busquets
he's not really Ethan Ampadu for me personally. I mean, Rodri could Rodri drag Wales to a World Cup or that? I'm not so sure.
Would he want to? That's the thing. Like,
can I just quickly butt in and say, have you seen what the time is?
On what?
It's hydration break.
Oh, is it hydration?
Yes.
Le break, the pause, the hydration. Please enjoy, drink responsibly. I'll go through this because obviously I don't. I've got Cavossier. Overspend even if we become spendthrift. Chelsea and Man City seem to operate on another level. We mind our own business, but someone has to mind theirs, right, Dan? Someone is minding their business. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, what's the point? Like, you get old and tired worrying about when someone's finally going to pull up Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea come in and go, we've done everything wrong that you can do wrong, and we've broken every one of your rules. Sorry, and okay, well, don't do that again. We changed football in this country permanently for the worse. Sozzles. All right, well, don't buy anyone, for a bit.
The worst thing that ever happened in English football was Abramovich being allowed to buy a club. That was the moment.
Look at us now. Look at us now. Pick the family-owned teams now. Look at where are the clubs that like Liverpool, FSG, us with the Cronkies. Don't get me wrong. I think Josh Kroenke loves Arsenal and he wears the t-shirts and he's part of it. But the billionaires don't give a fuck. And when oil-rich countries go, how much for Man City? It's actually Man City. We'll call it whatever the fuck we want. Okay, it's like, all right. Yes, it's £1 billion trillion. Okay, give them the money. It's that. It's just. But they did a sponsorship.
Cash.
Yes. Like, what is cash? What do you mean cash? I've never seen cash. I just usually click my fingers and everything I want gets brought to me.
One of the funniest comments I heard is when they were talking to one of Man City's new spokesman when the Mansours took over, and they're saying, "Oh, you do know that Chelsea has spent over 800 million on players," and he just looks at him and says, "And?"
Yeah. This is the thing. Like, I'm not trying to be horrible. I just am. Newcastle. Look at you. Like, you watch what we do now. We're going to be the biggest club in the world. We're going to buy everyone. And then we're not even going to play them. We're going to make a rubbish heap of all the players and we're going to win everything. It's like, and then the Saudis like, football's boring. But don't you want to help us buy a new stadium and new training facilities? No. Fucked. They thought they had it bad. Now they got it so bad. I remember saying when Roman Abramovich came in, my flatmate at the time was a Chelsea fan. One of my best mates. What can you do? He's just wrong in the head. But he was like, yes, he was so happy. And I was like, you wait, he'll fuck off and he'll leave you in the lurch one day. And then, of course, like 20 years later, I was like, it's never going to happen. And it did happen. And now I'm like, every season that goes by, I'm like, Blue Co. Love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Can't you play a 4-4-3? That's what he was asking, wasn't it? Yes, it was a good idea, actually. Very good idea, Todd. Market value is not determined by individual opinion. It's determined by supply and demand. Rogers is market value. Fantastic point, Jordan. 100% agree with you. A thing is not worth what you want it to be worth. It is worth what someone will pay for it. And I thought that Aston Villa would get a very rude awakening if they thought that they would get 117 million for, but then some idiot comes on and goes, well, that seems like a reasonable price, and they pay it. And then everyone goes, have they ruined the market for everyone else? He goes, no, because people like us just sit and wait and go, right, they've bought everyone they want. Now here's 60 million for Bruno Guimaraes. Oh no, but if Elliot Anderson, no, City bought Elliot Anderson, we're buying Bruno Guimaraes. So here's 60 million. And we'll throw in some tokens for Greg's. All right, that'll be fine. And then they go, oh, lovely. Can I get a sausage roll with that? Yes, you can. I'll read then. So that's it. In 1990, England were fourth, 2-1 to Italy. I remember. Was it 2-1? I can't remember us scoring in that game. Such a boring game.
Actually, I think scored a couple for him.
He won the Golden Boot with that game. I can't remember us scoring. I thought it was 2-0 or 1-0. No one. All right, here's the big one. Who won the third place playoff in the last World Cup?
Morocco played.
Well, the team that beat us. No, it was Croatia.
Morocco played.
Morocco played Croatia. So who won and what was the score?
I obviously have no idea.
That's the point.
Morocco won 7-0.
That's right. Actually, that is so right. Yeah, we're all living in your imagination now. No, but that's the point, isn't it? When people go, the League Cup's just as important as the FA Cup. You go, okay, name the last 5 winners, and people go, well, Man City, and you go, yeah, okay, now that. But in the olden days, no one could ever remember who'd won the League Cup. So all I'm saying is not that I think it's an inferior thing to play a third game or a third place playoff, but people don't remember the fucking game. I don't remember Belgium beating England when we under Gordon when we got to the last semi-final. No one remembers we played Belgium, right? You couldn't possibly tell me who scored for Belgium. We lost the third place. I think it was Aiden Hazard did score one of them actually. But even if it didn't, I could just say it and everyone would believe it. Romelu Lukaku. There you go. He probably scored. But we were fourth, and that's not as good as third. We've gone one better than 90. And in 90... Oh, are you correcting me because I said we finished third? Yeah. Defeated semi-finalists, and we came home to Heroes Welcome. Can we do that with this lot as well? I'd love that. I mean, I'm not going to turn out, but...
Basically lost the final 2 games, and everyone was just... Well, this is a lot better than going out in the quarter-final.
What do you mean?
Well, because obviously, since 1966, the furthest England had got was the quarterfinals in the World Cup.
Yeah, and that was
not including the semi-final.
Was 86 the game against Mexico? Was that last 16? Game against Argentina in '86? Was that last 16?
No, that was the quarterfinal.
Right, yeah, and that was a great performance.
We played Paraguay before that because Lineker scored a hat-trick.
Which is a game where Lineker shit himself and had to bum shuffle around the pitch.
That was in the Euros against Northern Ireland. No, Republic of Ireland.
God,
but I can't think where. It was now.
I've always liked Gary Lineker, but I can't get that out of my head. Like if I met him, I'd be like, "Have you washed your?" Anyway, our semi-final was like watching our performance at the Champions League. Great start, then part of the bus and lose game. Yeah, it was. It was very Arsenal-like. That's what Tuchel did. He said, "I want to take the best of the Premier League and turn it into international football." Rodri has lapped Busquets for me. Busquets, the guy has won every trophy available. He's won the Ballon d'Or and the World Cup, Golden Ball. Yeah, no, it's hard to argue that. To be fair, Dank, I can't. Yeah, like I get it on. But this is the thing when people say Messi has easily surpassed all of Maradona's achievements. But I would love to just be able to do this experiment in some sort of simulation that was really realistic, where you got Messi to play against the kind of opponents that Maradona had to play against, like where they're literally
would have kicked the shit out of Messi.
he would have been too scared to come out of the tunnel. He'd have been like, "This man's massive." I was like, no, and he's allowed. Why is he allowed to kick me? Yeah, well, your job is to stop him kicking you. Run away from him. You know, Maradona.
Do
also
what Diego just did.
Yeah, just kick him back. But also, Diego Maradona managed everything he managed, i.e., winning things with Napoli and dragging Argentina to 2 World Cup finals, whilst consuming metric tons of cocaine. That is not easy. Right? That is not easy. His heart's going. Yeah, and he, you know, like his heart's going, and then before he gets on the pitch. For me, he has also been the most influential player in those teams as well. Listen, I think that's a fair comment. I can't, but this is what I'm saying is like sometimes when people ask you whether Rodri's as good as Vieira, on paper, it's not even a competition, but Vieira is my hero, so I'm going to disagree. But it doesn't have to be logical, does it? But I take your point. And it's a great question. With all due respect, Vinny Jr., but this 2026 World Cup is making Rodri's Ballon d'Or make more and more sense. What an absurd player. He is an absurd player. If splashing the cash was the only key to success, Chelsea would have never finished out of the top 4 in the last decade. Very well said, Mortlicky, Texas. They've bought so many players. Why would I be worried they've signed Rodgers? What I don't understand is why Rodgers didn't like beg to not go. Please don't. But then Villa would have been like, no, you're fucking off, mate. 117 million, fuck off.
Villa are like, unless you have 117 million to give us right now, you are going.
That's the harsh truth, isn't it? It's like, I don't really want to go to Chelsea. Yeah, well, I'll file that under so what? You know, just let me write that down for you. Morgan Rogers wants to stay. All right, take that to the nurse and fuck off. You're gone. Like, you know, I wouldn't even open the door to him.
It's like when Tottenham made a bid for Archie Gray from Leeds, and basically Archie Gray's like, I don't want to leave Leeds, and Leeds are like, well, we'd rather not have the points deduction that comes with not being in the Premier League and paying your wages.
Do you know what? Like, you've reminded me. That is one of, when I think of PSR, that's the bullshit that winds me up. That's the thing that winds me up, because we have created a system where teams are punished for developing talent. You know, there should be no way that a player who wants to stay at the club that developed them should have to go. And it could have happened to Arsenal. We're very lucky it didn't, but we could have been in the same situation. These stupid PSR regulations have done nothing but hurt smaller clubs. So I also just while I think about it, fucking Tottenham has sold Bergvall. It's like that scene in The Simpsons, right, where they Marge and Homer go and see a lawyer, and he goes, and she goes, "You any good?" And he goes, "Good. I'm the guy that got Paul McCartney out of Wings." And then Homer goes, "Oh, he was the good one." It's like,
he was the best one.
Yeah, it's like Bergvall at Tottenham. I'm like, you sold him.
Yeah, but they did buy Argentina's Marco Sensi, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they have. I don't think they've bought badly. I'm not saying that they think they've. I think
it's more that Bergvall wanted to leave. I think he put in the request. He wanted a new challenge, apparently.
A new challenge. Yeah. That's one
relegation battle for 2 years in a row. I mean, it weren't 2 years ago, obviously, but they should have been in a relegation battle for 2 years in a row.
They kind of were. They kind of were. Like I mean, it wasn't because
17th in the Premier League, and then tell me you had a good season.
No, unless you're a Spurs
for Tottenham, I mean.
Unless you're a Spurs fan, in which case it's eminently possible. They all think that. Rodri picked his nose and ate it. He should have disqualified from the Ballon d'Or, given the bogey door. Like everyone does that, don't they? It's good nutrients. It's good for you. Don't knock it. So I don't know. I think we're like to go round in circles. We are in for it this season, Arsenal fans. We're not solid enough to deal with the banter that we get. We're just not. You know, like I think some of us older guys have lived through this a bit before. And I think a lot of the younger guys, everything is about, oh, well, they're going to say this about us. They're going to say that about us. And you go, oh, good. The worst thing is when they're not talking about you at all. You know, the years we went through under Wenger where we were everyone's second favourite club. But everyone but we're losing to every Big Six team, and then we're losing to Stoke, and we're losing to anyone who's a bit physical and anyone who actually turns up. And then, it's like, oh, but you sometimes play really beautiful football like you did against Norwich. He goes, yes, but what? Like, what? Like, now, oh, you've ruined football. Oh, have we? I never thought I'd live to see the day where 2 Arsenal players get taken off for England at the same time and replaced with 2 Arsenal players. And the reason that Arsenal didn't win that England didn't win the World Cup is because they didn't play the Arsenal players because they'd played too much football. Do you know what? No one ever gave fucking West Ham shit for playing Declan Rice as many games as we did this season. They went to the Conference League with Declan Rice playing every league game. He played 60 minutes fewer in that season than he did for us. But Arteta's a psychopath. David Moyes, harmless, fun chap. If of the two, out of Arteta and David Moyes, if you knew one was a psychopath but you didn't know which one it was, come on.
Yeah, but I know David Moyes is a psychopath. It's not fair.
It's a head start. That's what you need against a psychopath.
He's got to his name.
He should have a tracksuit with like the body count on there.
And it's more than 0.
It's definitely more than 0. I just, what? We've got to be robust this season because people are coming for us. And just as a pointer, anybody who's getting any stick from anyone, just go, sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying because I was like, in my head, I'm constantly singing champion. Sorry. Like, I'm sure you were saying something about Man City coming again. And I remember City, like this whole thing about City are in transition. Come on, man. It doesn't take this long to transition. Does it? Fucking hell. Identify as a big club.
2 years now.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Today's game and Arsenal are getting pelters for PSG versus Arsenal game in the final. Same approach. Haters saying eventually in the long run, this season we'll see a pivot to a bit more expressive football. I think that. I think England have the same problem Arsenal had, where you carry so much pressure into these games because there's so much riding on it. Like now that you've won one, I think some of our players will play with more freedom. But if they don't, we're still champions. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah. So we'll still be champions till the end of May next year.
I think we've got a good chance this year as well. Because I think we're going to do good transfer business, but it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? Now it's like this time last year, I was having to listen to loads of Arsenal in the nose telling me who we were in for and who we weren't in for, and had all these Arsenal fans melting down because we need to have done business by now. You got all these people acting like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh, Arsenal are very interested in Diamande. Hang on, yesterday you said we were very interested in Mika Götze. Yeah, yesterday you were. Today you're really interested in Diamande. Who's it going to be tomorrow? Don't know yet. So it's like, well, if you're just going to... I've counted, is what I do, 74 players we've been linked with in this transfer window. Something tells me... Well, take Morgan Rogers off now. We're not signing him. But there is a part of my brain that's thinking, I don't think we're going to sign 73 players. I'm not claiming I know anything. I've got no in-depth knowledge, but I don't think we're out there signing 73. I don't think we could put more on the pitch at once.
Try.
Could that be like a video idea to actually do like a list of the 74 players that you've been linked to?
Yeah, I could do it. I've got it on a spreadsheet. It's incredible. Like just on the left wingers alone, there's 11. Like, what do you want to do? Like, Rogers wasn't even on my left winger list. Solis, I think that's an all right signing. This time last year, everyone was telling me Gyökeres is a bagsman. He's elite. He'll bang in goals. He scored 100 goals in 100 games for Sporting. Therefore, he'll score 100 goals for Arsenal. And I was like, I don't know if it translates that way. Now they're saying Solis has scored 95 goals in 99 appearances. We've got to sign him. It's like, yep, I've watched some of those goals, by the way, though, and there was no one in the stadium. Why was that? Like, why was there no one in the stadium? Was this a really big game, do you think? Maybe. I know that there are a lot of Belgian league games that would be delighted to get Bournemouth's attendance. But I don't think it's the same. All I'm saying is I don't think scoring in Belgium and assisting in Belgium necessarily makes you great at scoring and assisting in the Premier League. But it's 35 million quid. So if it goes wrong, we've got another Fabio Vieira on our hands. Somehow it will be all right. Marino Rea Zubi, World Cup trophy and Prem trophy. Rice, Saka, Eze and Madueke, Prem trophy and bronze medals. Not a shabby summer for our guys, are world class. Well said. Well said, Jack. I learned trick of not getting brainwashed by transfer ITKs a long time ago. Key to enjoy your summer. So true. It's so true. Listen, I get it. Everyone wants to think that. But if it's making people unhappy, and it seems to be, like on the surface of it, what were all these Arsenal fans upset about yesterday? Because we didn't sign a player. Well, I've already got 73 others that we didn't sign. Like I've got just do a new. I want to see if I can wind up Arsenal fans. I know I am one, but I'm just going to do. Oh, you know, we're this close to signing Mbappe. Oh, it's fucking fallen through because he's decided. You know, it's just nonsense. It's not transfer news anyway. It's just transfer gossip.
I heard a rumor that we're after Pele now.
No, he's decided to stay at Santos. Yeah.
Typical, isn't it?
Buried there. Couldn't care less. I'm changing Jack because it's one of my pet hates when people say could care less, because you're not really telling me anything there. You're just saying that I care this much, but there is an indeterminate amount more that I could care. So that doesn't mean anything. Whereas if you say I could not,
grammatically correct though.
No, he's not. He's not.
If someone said couldn't care less, then
no, sorry. In fairness, he is grammatically correct. If you don't mind that it doesn't mean anything, because to say that you could care less about something is probably true. If it just doesn't tell you how much I care about something, so it doesn't advance the point. But could care less about Morgan Rogers. How much less could you care? Would have MLS and 1 year. I know I spent too long talking about like you using a perfectly cromulent phrase, but don't use it again. Couldn't care less about Morgan Rogers. We have Miles Lewis-Skelly and Wanyeri. Give us a left winger and a right back, and everybody can fuck off. Love him. What do you think can be done to break this Spanish stranglehold of the peak of football? Which nation can do it with good managers and good players? I thought France were going to do it. Zanzi, do you have any answer for this one?
No, I mean, European champions, world champions, conference. No, they didn't win the whatever other thing that was, because Portugal won it, didn't
Portugal won it. I remember it was a great game, wasn't it? 5-4 or something. Was that France? Sorry, that was France. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you, Tom? Do you have any theories on this? Or ideas?
I don't know how we're not talking about France winning the World Cup, because they had an embarrassment of riches in their squad and they lost twice.
They just didn't show up against Spain. Didn't show up against.
Obviously.
It is the team that you would expect would, because it was the team that hasn't conceded with the team that can't stop scoring, and it's the immovable object versus the irresistible force. But on the day, the irresistible force didn't get going. So, I mean, Spain won today against a piss poor Argentina side. They went all the way through the tournament without ever looking electric, and it's hard for me to believe that Oyarzabal is that good a striker. They've got great players. Lamine Yamal at 19 has now won the European Cup and the European Championships and the World Cup.
With this World Cup,
yeah, and like he looks decent, but he never looks. He's 19. I'm cutting him some slack, but I think football's like that though, isn't it? For a while you were like, who's ever going to stop tick-attack of football? And then it's like, well, it just comes to a natural close, doesn't it? I think that fucking spiders everywhere. I think, honestly, I hope it could be England, really, because we could play with some dynamism and some aggression. I think it could be England, but you would probably put money on France because they're the Dembele, Mbappe. Mbappe's what, 27, 28 years old? He's got another 4 years in him. Dembele, Barcola, Doué, Olise. So you think probably, I would say, we'll see how it pans out. Hello, guys. Slice 6, 87. Do I start too early for you? Because you always come in a bit late. Hello, guys. So Chelsea hijacks Rodgers, and some fans are already conceding defeat for next season. I know it's pathetic, isn't it? It's not really the spirit of trenches that we want, is it? It's not like, oh, they're going to win now. This is groundwork up work done. Under 19 championships, under 21 championships, under 23 National League, 2024 Euro, 26 World Cup. One example, De La Fuente is really hope Max Dalman rises properly with the ranks with good coach. Well, Lee Carsley is a good coach. I think we are. I think Miguel Delaney's piece, if you haven't seen it, search it out, because he released a video on the Wednesday night after England, and he was like, look, I know it's a bit soon and it's a bit raw, but this whole thing of just getting no one knows what style you play or what you're like. You have to start now planning for the future. You have to go, right, this is how England are going to play going forward. And it isn't just get a goal and defend. Because the reality is really good teams scare the shit out of their opponents. And I don't think we scared the shit out of anyone because everyone knew, like, oh, they'll get a goal up and then they'll defend. And you go, okay, so Messi hasn't got to run around anymore. He's just got to ping balls into the area. I appreciate the correction, Daniel. I try and correct people if I respect them enough. Cheers. Well, I certainly respect you enough, and I'm glad you've taken the spirit. And there is a really funny David Mitchell. Do you know what, the funny thing about that, corrected, I used to work with a guy who used to get really wound up, and I used to do it on purpose. And that was one that got him most, is that I could care less. It's such an Americanism. I could care less if it doesn't mean anything. And I used to say it just to wind him up. So until England start producing homegrown coaches from grassroots level, there will be several Tuchels in and out. We do have good coaches, though. We just don't have coaches. I think a lot of problems in football come from it's not the name the fans want. So it's a branding exercise. The fans want Guardiola. The fans want Tuchel. Like, the fans of Argentina are happy with Scaloni, and the fans of Spain are happy with a guy who's come up, like without the fanfare. They're not, De La Fuente has done better than Luis Enrique did. Luis Enrique, I think, is right now the best manager in club football, but it doesn't necessarily translate. I think we're going to. I think Tuchel will be all right, but I just don't know.
There's no prestige in international football anymore.
Say it again.
There's no in the World Cup.
Yeah. No one, and I'm the worst. I know we always do this every international break. The next international break, I'll be doing it as well. Going, this is a fucking bore. But don't you want to watch England play Andorra? Yeah, so much. Do you know, it's going to be so much. I mean, how many of the England qualifying games did I actually watch? I don't remember any of them. I must have watched some or had them on in the background.
I can't tell you anything about any of them, apart from I know we won them all.
And we didn't concede a goal?
Because there's no jeopardy in international football, especially at the qualifying stages. Mm-hmm. I don't watch it.
No, and I almost in a World Cup, like now, I feel almost bad about it because I really care about England in the tournament. So I think, well, do I deserve to? Because I haven't really. Do you know? It's like Arsenal fans who go, "Oh, we're in the cup final. Oh, I love Arsenal." Go, you fuck off. You weren't there when we got past Portsmouth. It's like all that. But fuck it. I'm an England fan. It doesn't mean I want to watch us play Andorra or Slovenia or I have no idea who we played. I know we talked about some games when they happened. I must have watched some. Who was the big team that we played? There was one team that was half decent in our group, wasn't there?
Yeah, we played Montenegro at one point.
That would be them. That could be a made-up team. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, say, do we play a big team? I was like, well, their name's quite big, literally.
Azerbaijan, yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's not just the coach with England. The English philosophy of football hasn't worked in a long time. They need to establish a playing style first. I agree with you, Alt Theory 777. That I 100% agree with you. Like, we just don't seem to know what are we doing? Like, because playing against France, if I'd watched that one game of England, I'd go, yeah, this is good. They exploit the space.
Do you want to know who we played?
Yeah, go on then.
Right. In 5th place was Andorra.
Andorra, I said that one. Give me that one.
Uno Pointo. In 4th place was Latvia.
I was going to say Latvia.
With 5 points.
5 points. I knew they got 5 points.
In third place
Third place was
Was-
Estonia.
for the bronze medal,
Bronze medal, Estonia.
Serbia.
Serbia. That's what I
Serbia,
meant. What did I say? I
13
said,
points.
yeah, so that's who I thought it
That's
was. Serbia. That was the
And
big
drum
one.
roll, second place,
Canada.
Albania.
I said Albania.
They got 14
That's a
points.
group of death. That is.
Yeah, I know.
But not for us.
Not for us. We somehow managed to fight our way through that. And we beat DR Congo. Yeah. How many Premier
And-
League clubs have... Sorry.
England's first goal in the qualifying group, we beat Albania 2-0. Who
Oh.
scored for England the first goal?
Miles Lewis Skelly.
It was, yes.
Yeah, and I do know. I was only playing with you. I have an encyclopedic memory for every England game ever. Ask me who we played in '66.
In the final?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, it was West Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. I was one of the millions who were there that day.
Didn't we beat them 1-0 or something like that? Or
No,
maybe 2-0?
actually, funnily, it went into a bit. There was a bit like where me and some mates had managed to get on the pitch because we thought it was all over, and it wasn't. But it was all right because then Jeff Hurst scored, so it was good. It was good. It was a good day out. But then it wasn't like.
And then it was all over.
Yeah, and then it was all. Ultimately, they did blow us. But the thing is, back then in 1966, when I was joyfully running onto the pitch to hug Nobby Stiles, we didn't know that there was going to be another 60 years of her.
Nobby Stiles didn't play.
He looked like Nobby Stiles. I couldn't tell. I was very drunk at the time. In those days, used to drink more than we do now. Did Nobby Stiles play in the World Cup final?
No, he didn't. No, he was dropped for the World Cup final.
What was he doing on the pitch then? What was I doing on the pitch? They were good times.
He was probably
I can't-
drunk and celebrating.
With his teeth out.
And we were wearing a proper kit as well.
Another thing. Yeah, what do you mean, like a cotton kit, like a proper?
No, red top,
Denim.
white shorts,
I know.
as in the England flag.
Sometimes I
bloody
like to be
blue
frivolous. I
shite.
don't know if you've noted your blue shit. Yeah, exactly. The next international break for 3 weeks in September, October. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of pub quizzes for that one. I think we'll do Club Tropic Arsenal. Nobody cares about England qualifiers. I'm more concerned about our away game at Sunderland. See you in the Euros 2030. No, it's the World Cup in 2030. The Euros is 2028. Don't worry about that. I'm genuinely baffled as basics as tackle. Anyone can get a caution or yeah. Oh, mate. Actually, thanks, Charles. Refereeing in this World Cup, that fucking final, where you've got Argentine fans literally just trying to kill people, no yellow cards. You know, the Paraguay game against France, where it's like, there's been some fucking dreadful refereeing, but nothing prepared me for, hi, Gianni. Hi. Yeah, I don't really get football, but you can't Balogun, come on. And then, we go, well, if that works, fuck you, can we have Concer's? No, double his suspension. It's a fucking, it's so corrupt, and it's so fucking crooked, and it makes me angry. Hydration breaks.
It worked for no one.
What's that?
No one benefited from any of it. The team that won it wasn't Argentina or the United States or England with our double ban.
Yeah.
It was just a team.
No,
that
you're right.
It about their business and just won games.
Yeah. But then, I mean, how far? I did think watching that final, if Argentina win this, it will be what somebody wanted because Messi.
I'd been infuriated if they won.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. They've made no friends, have they?
No.
I don't want to disparage the South American people too much, but their football.
That's always a good way to start, isn't it?
Their football, anything before the bat is a lie. Yeah. So I don't want to disparage the South American people, but they are fucking animals in a footballing context. Fucking animals. Paraguay, Argentina, fuck them.
It seems fair. That seems like a fair thing to say.
You know, in the England-France game, there were 22 fouls. Argentina, 25 fouls in the final.
Paredes
Oh,
should have
God.
been sent off in the first 7 minutes, and then he's still agitating and trying to hurt people in the last minutes.
Mm.
I did, you know what? Like it. This is a good
and
point.
then apparently he I thought he had actually got booked after the game because he either punched someone or pushed someone over or something like that. But it
They were
wasn't
probably going for
a
it.
red card; it was a yellow card.
It was first of all, I was really pissed off because I had a decent
sense,
bet
really.
on two goals, and you know that offside that was given against who scored the second goal that wasn't
Garcia.
allowed? Was it? Anyway,
yeah,
it was
the
that
one which
part
is
of his
like that
arm.
far. Yes,
It was that
Garcia.
part of his arm, and you just think, oh, fuck off. If you'd have scored it like that, you wouldn't have given it anyway, so it shouldn't be allowed.
But then the goal that Lamine Yamal scored, just because who's it? Marino slightly trod on one of the Argentinian players' toes, and he leapt up in the air and then fell on the ground screaming.
Do you know what? I've got some innovations to bring into football I think will make a difference. So if you roll more than once, you should spend a minute off the pitch and you should have to wear a tutu, a pink tutu for the rest of the match. That's how I'm dealing with that. I'm just like, no, listen, I'm sure it really did hurt, but rolling doesn't, that's not a recommended first aid technique.
If you roll more than once, you should be forced to continue rolling until you're off the pitch, where you're not allowed to roll back on.
Oh no, Neymar was great for that, wasn't he?
Was that, yeah.
Dan's American Sniper on top of the stadium could also then be taking aim.
I don't necessarily think it has to be an American sniper. I feel like I should correct
No,
them.
but just
I think every country should have
they're going to be
they're going to be good at it. Yeah.
the man for the job, aren't they?
They are.
They love to shoot.
They are happy shooting things, and who wants to tell them not to? I mean, I've got windows in front of me, windows behind me. I'm saying fuck all to snipers. You know, just be quick. The Argentine FA was founded by a Scotsman. This is I've heard this before actually. You know what you were saying about South American football as well. I, as somebody who likes a bit of a bet on football, it does have me watching games, you know, especially like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm always super impressed with the difference between, like when you watch South Americans, like Brazilian games and games like, I love Boca. They all run with the ball and then try and kill each other. And it's this kind of beautiful, ugly kind of football where it's like, 1 minute they're just running amazingly, and the next minute there's 4 of them just trying to kill it, and you're just like, I don't know if I would love to go to Argentina and watch a Boca game.
It's like free flowing football and Thai boxing all at once.
Yeah, no, but Thai, yeah, but yes, yeah, you absolutely is a very good way of putting it. Nassim Benjamin Kwabena, great to see you, mate. I'm hearing John Stones to Arsenal. I don't think I'd hate that. It's really annoying because he's technically on the books with Man City, but I thought he might be the first player in England World Cup history to not have a club. He technically doesn't, but he technically does. So he's technically just gone out of contract. But would you take John Stones? Would you take John Stones at Leeds?
I think he could do a job for anyone, provided he stayed fit. It's the same with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. No, but I'm saying if you can get them fit, they can
Stop trying to sell Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like fucking hell. Look, it's like I feel like I'm at a jumble sale and I've picked up a stack of Only Fools and Horses DVDs and you've gone, yeah, do you want like that? If you buy all of them, I'll throw in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I'm like, oh, fuck off.
I'll give you the DC. I'm not sure about the Eldo.
Yeah, okay. We'll take a job lot. It was like a coffee
But no,
table.
obviously, it'd be naive of me to turn down John Stones, obviously.
I'm not even sure it's a bad idea for us to turn him down. Saliba's out for 5 months.
5 is that now?
Well, it's between 4 or 5, yeah. I don't know how they count these things either, and I don't know if he's ever coming back. And I'm gutted. But I don't know what we're supposed to have done wrong with Dom. I always joke about this, but it always feels to me like the thing that Arteta shouldn't have done with Saliba is play him on a pitch. Like that's a mistake. He's not fit, don't play him. It's like, how comes it's all right for Didier Deschamps to play him every match then? Well, they're both psychopaths. You know, I don't know. Maybe Didier Deschamps wanted to win the World Cup almost as much as Mikel Arteta wanted to win the league. It's greed.
Mind you, since Saliba was at the game yesterday and he's on the pitch afterwards chatting to everyone.
Yeah.
So he couldn't be that fucking injured.
No. What I'm saying is he played every minute for the French national team. So do they not have doctors? Or is it all just have a glass of red wine and a gitan and fucking get on with it? Is that what they're... Do you know what I mean? Is extra Gauloise for Saliba. He's not well. Yeah. You know? No fornicating at half time for you. You're not well. Papa. Yeah, no, so I don't know. I don't obviously haven't been...
Saliba, escargot, yeah.
They don't eat that. Do they really eat that? I don't like snails. But I'm hearing John Stones to Arsenal. Where are you hearing that though? Like, is it just the voice? Because we can talk. Like, I haven't heard that, but I don't hate it either. I'm not really thinking about centre backs. I think we probably should be thinking about centre backs. We definitely should be thinking about right backs.
But do we need a centre back if we've got the Mosquera there?
Yeah, I think we've got Mosquera and Calafiori, Ben White, Gabriel. Did I say Calafiori already?
Yeah.
And Hincapié.
Hincapié.
We, at a push, could probably push Declan Rice back there because Graham Souness has come out and said he's not a midfielder, he's a defender. I love that Declan Rice scored in the first 5 minutes of that game with a really well taken. Because Graham Souness was talking to Simon Jordan. God, that would be one of those rooms you walk. Like if that was a waiting room, someone you had to go in there and Graham Souness and Simon Jordan were there. You're like, oh God, I don't think I want my root canal now. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Like it was one of them where I don't think Declan Rice and Anderson are midfielders. And then you got Simon Jordan. Well, I mean, pontificate, prevaricate, exaggerate, and hypothesize. And why is that? It's because they run with the ball. Right. Okay. Oh, Graham, have you been drinking again, sir? So he was angry because he's Scottish. I don't know. Sorry, Rosie. I hope you're asleep. But no, but it was just like Declan Rice is the midfielder. It's like, all right, then. You know, like it's a mad uncle, isn't it? They've got theories. It's like everybody knows one person. Apologies if you're one of these guys in the chat, or if it could be you or Tom, you or Zanzi, you. Everyone knows somebody who believes chemtrails are like a government conspiracy to change the weather, and you're like, oh, all right then, yeah. Because I can't argue it. I'm like, I don't think they are. Well, explain them then. Well, isn't it just? All right then, yeah. It's the government just controlling our weather. Do you know what I mean? And they put fluoride in the water to make us all mad. And the fact is, it's worked. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to it, when Graham Souness is giving it the Declan Rice isn't the midfielder, you go, sort of is a midfielder, there, isn't he, Graham? Because he's just he's playing in midfield for England. Yeah, but he shouldn't be. Who would you have in there? I'd play in there. All right. Uncle Graham, shut up for a minute. But to see him scoring that goal was absolutely mint. It was like, not very good, but he has third place in the World Cup. Graham, get your third place medal out, will you?
Has a football pundit ever hated a player to the intensity that Graham Souness hated Paul Pogba?
It's a good question.
He
had.
I've no affinity for Paul Pogba, but at the same time, I'm sat there thinking, did he run over his cat?
That is a really good question. I'm racking my brains, but nothing's coming up. But like, the hate was visceral. It's just so out of place. Yeah, it's so out of place to have that strong opinion. I really don't get people who share how much they hate something with you. Oh, I hate my mum's like that. She'd be like Bruce Forsyth used to come on the telly. Oh, I hate him. Yeah, Mum, I know. Like every time Play Your Cards Right comes on, you say you hate. I don't know what to do with the information. It's like I promise not to bring him home for tea. Do you know what I mean? Like what? Like we were sitting having Christmas dinner and someone mentioned Tracy. Oh, I fucking hate Tracy Emin. All right, well don't buy any of her stuff then. You know, like fucking. Just tell me what you love. Don't tell me what you hate. But no, you're right. That I'm really struggling to think of. Because pundits usually keep that loathing low key, don't they? Not Graham.
Yeah.
He was out there.
Sunez made it like he wore it as like a badge of honor on his sleeve.
Am I imagining it, or didn't he have
Didn't
he have a conversation with Roy Keane about him? I'm looking this up now because I still vaguely remember one of his sessions going on about Pogba and Roy Keane. Because Roy Keane, much to everybody's surprise, is not a Man United fan. He's a Tottenham fan. And he has no affinity for Man United whatsoever. So they were both going in on Pogba. But yeah, Sunez, it was an agenda. Should we at least just leave it at that? And has there been a bigger, more obvious agenda in punditry than that held by Sunez against Pogba?
I would have loved to be in a fly on the wall if you brought home Christmas Day.
Yeah,
Bruce Forsyth says, "Hey, Mum, look, it's Brucey here. Mrs. Forsyth, nice to see you. To see you nice.
Here they are. They're so appealing. Okay, dollies, do your dealing." Showing our age. But no, I used to do impressions of him. Oh, don't do him. I don't like him. Do the ones I like. I was like, you don't like anyone, Mum. But if you roll around and you're not on fire, it should be an automatic red card. That is actually worked the other way. It's given me an idea. They should set you on fire. Do you know what I mean? Like they should just come on and just set, not in a potentially lethal way. Well, no, not in a lethal way, with some sort of pyrotechnics or something. I don't know. But Jack's
actually set them on fire in a lethal way and basically go, well, if you really do want to not die, then you'll keep rolling.
Or you could do that thing. We all did this as kids, didn't we? If your mate had hurt his arm, you stand on his toe as hard as you can, and he goes, "Oh, your arm's not hurting anymore, is it?" It's like we should do that. Just give him a hammer to the knee. Go, which knee is it? That one. Bam! Does it still hurt? Ah! Dan's ideas are not necessarily likely to be adopted, but if they are, it's the end of the world as we know it, and that's high time. Look at this: wee ears, big arms, dipped in sherbet Herbert. Blue Savannah eyes, Earth, Ernie, Vader, Gert Lush. I did hear Max Dowman to Leeds on loan.
If there was a source that I trusted less with this information, it would be Mr. Andy Herbert.
Imagine it, though. But imagine it. I think it would be genius. I'd love to see him win a penalty against us and have you go, "That was a perfectly fair penalty."
That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't be allowed to play him against us. But I hate breathing. I wish everyone would stop. What are you doing? Boy Tendia, you are an absolute legend in here. I hate breathing. I wish everyone would stop it. I have no idea what's going on. I just got on here. Low heat flame. I'm sure there's a substance that burns at low heat. What did they do for the movies? Oh, right. Oh, thank God you're here. Tom, I'm going to... Have you seen it yet? Odyssey.
I've got a ticket to see it on Tuesday.
Right. I'm going to see it with the missus sometime this week. Let's do a show about it. I'm really excited. I have no idea whether I should be or not. I've heard people say it's dreadful. And I've heard people say, and I've heard Matt Damon in the junket say it's overwhelming in a good way. And I'm ready to be overwhelmed.
I've not read anything about it.
And no, that's what I love about your style. You just go, fuck it, go on then. That's not what I was expecting.
Well, the only thing I know is, and that's purely through booking a ticket, is that it's nearly 3 hours long.
They've done no CGI. There's a scene where like 1,000 men run into the sea. That's actually 1,000 men running into the sea. Troy's on fire. They actually set fire to the set of the size of a small city.
Wow.
I don't know if you're going to really get the impact of that in film, but I hope you do, and I can't wait for it. And we're seeing it in IMAX. So That's gonna be epic. We should definitely do a show about it because I'm gonna have. Be a man. Like you come in, you go, wasn't that? And we both go. You say great, and I go shit, or vice versa. And it'd be like, haha, right.
So
It could...
this isn't a remake on Space Odyssey, then?
No, it isn't.
Oh,
it is. It is literally Christopher Nolan, someone who has made some good films. A stellar cast. The only thing is, Ellen Page, who you may have seen in Juno, as quite an attractive young woman, sort of indie kind of mindset woman, and now she is playing Achilles, which is not necessarily obvious.
Ellen Page,
yes,
the singer.
No,
under the name of Elliot Page.
You know, my father-in-law and Dominic both did that as well. Well, Elaine Page. I was like, no, Ellen. She was in Juno. Elaine Page is a singer who sang "Don't Cry for..." How topical!
Yeah.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. You haven't had a shot on target. Right, we've got someone in the. Let me just. I'm vetting people. You've got no camera on. Elliot Page changed genders. That's right. Yes, but what my point is more that Elliot Page, Elaine Page, or everyone who's 5'1" is not obvious casting when it comes to Achilles, the indomitable hero of the Odyssey. Well, not the hero, but one of the characters. Well, they use CGI everything nowadays. What did they used to do? Well, they used to spend millions of pounds on extras and just set up shots that took days. Jackie Chan used real fire back when actors did their own stunts. Jackie Chan did some of the most amazing stunts in the world of cinema. But I don't know why. Like, there's one where he puts a knife in a curtain and slides down it for about 60 feet. And even when he's talking about it, I think it might be, yeah. Hang on, Zanzi has his finger up.
Yes, I'm confused about this Ellen Page, Elliot Page. Are we dead naming her by calling him Ellen Page?
Yes.
What does that mean, dead naming?
It's
the name before the transition.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that was his name before the transition.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but that's factual. I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I was saying when he wasn't Elliot Page in Juno.
He was Ellen Page in Juno.
Right, so that's what I was talking about. I was saying when Ellen Page was in Juno. Now, obviously, I mentioned it's Elliot. I didn't know his name was Elliot now. And I'm not trying to say he's not a man. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is actually he's a short ass. He's 5'1". Usually when you think of like a Greek warrior, Achilles, or a god, you think probably taller than 5'1", you know? Not muscly and probably not very tall. That's not how most people see Achilles. But I've learned a new thing. Yes, it's dead naming. I'm not politically correct enough to care, though. I don't think Elliot would care. I think I would always respect the fact that Elliot is a man now. And frankly, if someone tells me they're a man, that'll do. But certainly, I don't think anyone could disagree that there were once that was a point. Felt like, I don't know if I believe in DIE hires and things like that, but so I realise I'm reading out from the private. Arthur, who are you? I see you in the backstage. I don't think it's worth coming on because we're going to be closing down because it's a school night and it's 1:30. And now I've got Boy Tender you going, wait, what the fuck? The Inception girl is a man now. Was Elliot Page in Inception?
Yes.
I think I love the film Juno. It was one of those films that in the days where you had streaming platforms and you didn't have to leave your bedroom to watch it, as long as you didn't mind the quality being god awful. And I put Juno on, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a brilliant film, like an indie film, nothing, but just really brilliant, like a really lovely, slightly comic, brilliant. And I thought he was brilliant in it. And cute as hell. And then suddenly doesn't look as good as a man. That's just my view. Well, I'll leave it there before I dig myself into a sort of postmodern disaster zone. So yeah, sorry, Arthur, but you don't have a camera anyway. So look, can you see that we're all doing cameras? And we just had somebody in the chat waiting there for about 20 minutes with a finger puppet at waving at the camera, and I just thought, yeah, I'm not really in the mood, so I'm not doing that. But thank you for letting me know. Kitty Pryde from X-Men Last Stand is a man now. Shit, that is him.
Yes.
We should just do you know, I'm going to do one show a week where the man in his 50s walks the tightrope of modern language and desperately tries not to offend anyone. I'm just going to be here going, he, she, they, them, what is, like, I don't know. Somebody tell me what's going on in the universe.
You think it's bad for a 50-year-old, mate? I'm fucking 65. It's even fucking worse for me.
Doesn't it get easier?
Well, it does in the fact that...
Don't you just call everyone love?
Well, no, because you get to sort of a certain age and you just lose your filter, so you don't really give a shit what you say, providing you don't harm anyone.
Well, I mean, that's the key for me. It's like, as long as I'm not trying to offend anyone, I don't think I can offend anyone, but it has been proven otherwise at times. Great soundtrack as well. What for Juno? I don't remember. There was one song in it. I just really love. There's films like that you just really enjoy. I watched a beautiful film last week. It was Sunday last week, actually. It was before the show last week, which I think I talked about, was Rare Beautiful Creatures. You know the one with Sally Field, who everyone hates, and we were talking about it like she was the baddie. You said she was the baddie.
Oh, the octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that film.
Mm.
Does that make me a bit of a whoopsie then? Because I do quite like films where people don't shoot.
Have you ever seen the series Resident Alien?
No, I have not.
If you like something a bit offbeat and totally weird, it's funny.
Resident Alien. Now that does. Who's in that?
Oh, come on, it's me. I don't know.
You're in it. Fucking hell, watch that.
No.
How did you remember your lines? Just racked them up in the bathroom. Yeah. I love that Mortlicky Texas. Juno was fiercely witty. Yeah. That was the name I was trying to think when I was saying that Man City have taken longer to transition than they should have done. I was thinking they've taken longer than Bruce Jenner. Thank you. You can call it the Bruce Jenner segment. There you go. I'm not trying to upset anyone. I feel like I have now.
Juno,
oh well.
Juno. I've got to remember that. I can't think if I've ever seen that film or not.
I think you'd know. It's not the sort of film like. It really stayed with me. I thought it was a really beautiful film. She gets pregnant. For some reason, I remember all of his stuff. She had his furniture in the lawn, so she said, I don't know. Like, I can't tell you why I liked it, but I had a streaming service that was illegal, and I used to watch films on that all the time. Oh, now I've said it. The FBI are coming for me.
I think they actually call it pornography now, Dan.
No, this was quite separate from pornography. But that's twice you've mentioned pornography. Am I keeping you from something?
No, it's just.
Would you rather be?
No, because before your internet was like that. I'm thinking, well, yeah.
Do you know what? That's never that. What was mad is there was a button. I was trying to do something. There was a button on my screen that said switch, not Windows, but switch desktop, and I was switched, and suddenly I had nothing there in front of me, but I could still hear my voice. I don't know. Anyway, I've seen a few seasons of Resident Alien, and it's funny.
Yes.
Did the first few. I've gotten into House.
There's a new season just come out on Resident Alien as well.
I've been watching House on Netflix.
Me too, yeah. What did you watch it when it was first out?
No.
What do you think of it? How far in are you? Have you watched like the first series?
I've made it to season 5.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. Okay. So you must like it then. Otherwise, you're just hurting yourself.
No, it's fine. Like, it's really. What I find quite surprising is how good his American accent is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because I was expecting to hate it. So that's a definite point of agreement. But I don't know about you, but I'm watching it. I must be 6 episodes in, and I'm going, this is just it every season, every episode, isn't it? Something wrong with them. They all get around the meeting room. It isn't what they think it is, and then they kill the person. And next, and it's like, how much of this can I watch?
Not necessarily the case.
Does it get to a point where they go, we better let 1 or 2 of these fuckers die, because otherwise it's just a bit. Oh, good.
They don't cure everybody.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Oh, I'll drink to that. Because it is a little bit formulaic at this point. and everybody's and he's a little bit irascible, and I like him for it. But at the same time, you can tell he's got a heart underneath all that, because you're thinking, why does he do this job then? Do you know what I mean?
There's a running joke where at some point someone in the episode will ask, "Is it lupus?" And it's never lupus.
I do remember at least one occasion where that's happened, so I'll make you right on that one. I don't know why it's in the spring. It's because sometimes I go on YouTube and I see things. I see, when YouTube shows you clips of things, you go, I've never seen that. I might give that a try. And I watched the first couple, 2 or 3, and I was like, it's actually quite good. But then by about 5 or 6, you're like, the outside shot of the hospital is starting to get on my tits a bit now. It's not like, why have they done that? It's not like, I don't get it. It's like the editing's just, I'll chuck that in there now, And
I think you like it because Dead Poets Society man is in it.
You're really close to something there, because I'm watching it going, where the fuck do I know him from? And I had such an enjoyable moment when it occurred to me that that's him from Dead Poets. I was like, oh, brilliant. And now it's just starting to annoy me. What else has he done? Fuck all. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was good in Dead Poets.
I can't think of anything else he's done.
I don't think he did anything else. He went from Dead Poets to this. And he's kind of... But his character's quite interesting, because he's like, obviously... having an affair, or House keeps saying he's having an affair, and House is never wrong about anything. House is basically a reincarnation of Sherlock Holmes. How cool would it have been if they'd let him keep his English accent?
The show is essentially Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes in a hospital.
In a hospital,
yeah.
Instead of...
And the graphics, there's bits I really hate about that show. Like when they inject someone and they follow the injection bubble up the vein, and you're like, oh, but you've used the same graphic for everything, and I don't know what a platelet looks like, and I can use my imagination. Do you know what I mean? Don't need you to demonstrate it. I didn't know we were going to talk about House, but I do. This is why Mind Candy is important to me, because football's great, but there's only so much time I can spend going, I don't care about Morgan Rogers, before I want to mention that the guy from Dead Poets Society is in House. Did anyone else notice? And you absolutely nailed that. Odyssey. God, can't wait to see it. Think it's going to be an experience, like a real cinematic experience. Are you seeing it in an IMAX?
I'm technically seeing it in the Sky Super Screen at Cineworld, which is, I don't think it is IMAX, but, it's in an auditorium, and I'm probably going to be like one of about 5 people in the room.
Why? What time are you going?
I'm going. Let me have a look at my ticket.
Why is there going to be 5 people in the room? What do you mean? Like,
well, for example, I'm going to the 3:10 showing on a Tuesday afternoon, and I can tell you exactly how many people have actually bought tickets for that showing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's going to be full, though. I'll make you right on that one.
Because I'm going to pretend to buy another ticket just to see the seating chart. Yeah, there's currently, including myself, 12 people in the showing.
You could be bonded by we were there. What if, like, something that's a good film in the making as well? Something happens in that cinema, and the 12 of you have to escape. It'll be like, I don't know, towering.
There is a film called similar premise called Last Showing or something like that. It has Robert Englund in it for like one scene. So
do I know him?
He's Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah, okay. I loved the Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
But he's like a projectionist in the cinema.
Did he die recently?
I don't think he did, but I'll double check.
He's one of those ones where I saw Carl Weathers popped up talking about Talia Shire, and I was like, oh, is she still alive? And I looked it up and then realised she is. He isn't.
No, he's still alive. He's 79 years old.
It's a good age. It's a very good age. Mikel Arteta, this is in from David Ornstein. I have got to turn Twitter off. Has everyone else with half a brain turned Twitter off yet?
Never had it on to turn off.
All right. Well, then I don't know if that counts or doesn't count, but that obviously implies you have half a brain. Mikel, this is breaking news.
No, I've got a whole brain never to put it on.
I can't be sure of that, but I can guarantee you at least have half a brain. He was very keen on Rodgers. If reports are to be believed, they spent time together. I can't imagine them on the swings together. Arteta, knowing him, he would have wanted this deal to be done and quickly. That's not news, is it? Like, how are people getting away calling shit that isn't news? I always imagine someone on News at 10 reading it out. And in other reports, Mikel Arteta is said to have been very upset that Arsenal didn't sign. Conjecture, gossip. Right. I feel like I'm winding down now, but you two are going great guns. So you're seeing Odyssey on Tuesday.
Yep.
You will have seen it in the après midi. I'm going to see if I can go and see it on the Wednesday, and then maybe we can do a show or something on a Thursday or Friday. You're doing your rest?
I'm doing resting on a Friday, usual time 7. So I can do Thursday.
Yeah, well, I'll send you a thing then, because we'll do Thursday. Because I can't wait. Hopefully, I'll try and get the missus to book it. I think she booked it today. She said, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yes." I love a big cinema experience. And I still haven't seen Melania. So maybe what I'll do is I'll throw in. It's got to be on general release now, isn't it? Like I must be able to see it on. What's it on Netflix?
I'll double check.
It's gone straight to video. Let me see.
Well, it's Amazon paid for it, so presumably it will be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I mean that's
It is
the
on
very.
Amazon Prime.
Well, didn't they sponsor it? Wasn't that part of the deal? Didn't Jeff Bezos?
They paid $40 million for it or something like that.
Well, I'll give him a couple of quid back then. I love Jeff Bezos's work. Getting me my tut the next day, so I don't have to wait 2 days for shit I don't need or want really. Well done, Jeff. So Zandy, I'm coming to you. No, actually, Tom, I'll come to you first. Your final thoughts on this stream, life in general, anything you've got coming up. Obviously, if you guys haven't watched the wrestling, you're just missing out. That's what it is. And we're going to make the wrestling show as big as it can possibly be because it deserves to be as big as Top Gear.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your promotion of it the other week. I'm now up to 174 subscribers, which is a lot more than it was on the other week. So
I'm loving it. I genuinely think that's what the future of YouTube has to be. People, charismatic people, like talking with passion and joyfulness about something that they care about. And that's how you find each other's communities, right? I know I keep laboring the point, but I don't drive and can't stand Jeremy Clarkson. But there was something magical about the chemistry of Top Gear. And it reminds me of that because I'm never going to be into wrestling. I just can't be bothered with it. It's just another thing I haven't got time for. Like if golf, like, the Ryder Cup's on. Listen, I could start watching the Ryder Cup, but I'll probably get into it. And then I'm going to have not enough time in my life. I feel like that about wrestling. But I could sit and listen to you guys, especially the Culture Corner. That, the sincerest flattery I can offer you is I'm nicking the shit out of that. That's such a good idea. It deserves to be its entire channel.
I thought I was sitting on a little gold mine with the idea of Culture Corner.
Brilliant. The video games as well is because I had the audio on because I was out. I'd gone for a run, and I came home on the Friday and I was listening to you guys while I was out and about walking, so I couldn't type as much as I wanted to. But I was like, you were bringing back tons of 1994 memories of oh my God, yeah, like how different the world was. It's just I'm sure it worked better visually, but I could only do audio. So I was a bit Ray Charles for that one. He would have enjoyed it as well, though. But yeah, no, Culture Corner, absolutely brilliant. Chemistry, absolutely brilliant. If you're not watching it, I will do another link this time with a picture. And the picture will be me with one of the snipers from the stadium going, watch this. I'm only going to tell you once. But yeah, no, so definitely.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts before I move to Zanzi for his emotional final thoughts?
I've had a lot of fun. I should be asleep now, but I did think I'll doing a stream with Ryan on his channel to watch the final. But then I saw that you were live, and I thought, let's go.
I'm so glad you did.
Let's go and have a little chat.
He's done great things on the World Cup watch-alongs, hasn't he? He's done I did. I jumped in. I had a look in on him for the England one, and it was just I was too depressed, and it wasn't cheering me up.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like one of my memories of the World Cup will be Ryan just sort of sitting there going, "It's England, isn't it?"
He was still going. He was like he was on his own. Like, the one thing I will give that man, no matter what you think of him, he can talk to himself or to the camera.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by
Ryan's
what
actually
you think.
talking to his cat all the time, so he's not talking to the people watching.
Did he have Gary on there when I was watching it though? Was Gary doing the watch along for the England game?
Well, he has Catherine on there sometimes for some of them, and I think Gary's popped in.
I've been on with Catherine and him. I can't, but the problem is I can't do watch alongs because, as we know, like I'm 2 minutes behind everyone else, and I'm like, there are some games that doesn't really fly with me, like the England game.
I was behind on most of the games, but at the same time, they were games where if I weren't sat there on the internet watching it with them, I wouldn't watch it in general. So whatever happens, happens.
I'm actually really pleased the World Cup's over because I'm a fool. So I'm watching these fucking games. I don't care. You know, and you're sort of sitting there thinking, why do I care? I don't care. Like Switzerland, I don't care. You know, but you just, I've got to watch it. I can't not watch it. So yeah, full respect, covered every game, but I'm thinking a nice little break now. We've got to do some other stuff that's not football related for a bit. Occasionally release a breaking video because we didn't sign Diomande. He chose Bournemouth over Arsenal.
Emergency stream.
Yeah. Absolutely. Zandy, final thoughts from you?
It's been emotional. It has as well, actually. Yeah, I mean, how Argentina didn't go down to 9 men, we don't know. We can presume.
Oh, they're such a shitty team.
That's it.
They really are.
It's great.
One
to see
phone call to. Yeah, it was great.
Lord Thomas.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Hang on.
I know you're getting a bit invasive. It feels like you're. It feels like
no. As it was before, up to there like that. Hang on. Look.
Yeah, no, I think we're taking a long. Yeah, it is incredible. Yeah, that is amazing.
It's my arm.
You can see why people make a beeline for this show every Sunday and Tuesday.
You can, yeah. The intelligent banter will never
will happen. we are planning for more of it. It does.
I've got to ask Tom, because Tom's the film and TV series buff. There's a TV series based in America, and it's about a US soldier who has joined the Al Qaeda sort of thing. Do you know what it's called?
Is it called Homeland?
Homeland, that's it, yeah.
That's not a... No, Homeland was about a CIA agent. I mean, it was the most disgusting program I've ever watched in my life. It was about, like, she bombs a wedding. And, like, Homeland is that fucking... Juliet, what's her? Claire Danes. It's got one expression in everything, which is like a dyslexic person trying to read a long word. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking irritating program. My ex used to love it. And I used to say, this is like, they might as well just call it Das Stürmer or Storm Saxon. All these slight, you know, she blew up a fucking wedding and was like, it had to be done. You know what? Like,
did it have to be done?
Yeah, well, you know, apparently. And what's really annoying about it is that's what that whistleblower that went to prison said. Oh, like we when we think that a wedding could have some Al Qaeda people in it, we bomb them, and we know that it's collateral damage. Look, we're not going to get everyone we want, but you know, some bride on her wedding day and her page boys and things, they had to die, but it had to be done. That's that sort of anyway. Whew, yeah. I've dragged myself into a dark hole.
It's 8 series long, and me and the missus.
I read the book. There's a book from the first one, Homeland.
Oh, yeah. We got to series 3, and we're looking at each other thinking, God, this is fucking dragging on.
That's as far as I got before I stopped watching it. I got to series 3.
I feel like we all stopped watching it roughly the same time, but I get more credit because I'm a good person and I'm morally objected to watching it any further.
I didn't morally object to it.
Yeah, so you're not as good as me.
Other things.
Yeah, so that doesn't give you the. I get much more like if this is a computer simulation, as I think it is. I'm getting far more moral points than both of you two.
Oh, the Matrix will love you, mate. I'm just.
Yeah, well, I think I've only seen the Matrix and I hated it, but there are other Matrix films. But no, Claire Danes.
One of the 4.
She's a fucking. Oh, the book is so bad as well because it went on holiday with my missus. Went to Barbados, fantastic holiday. I thought it was in the days before you had Kindle on your phone and you could read books on your phone. It's a while ago now. So we bought paperbacks and I'd read all mine. And she said, "Oh, you can read this if you like. It's a real page turner." I read Homeland, and I thought, this is fucking disgusting. Like everything that happens to her is because she's got bipolar disorder. Oh, I have bipolar. I was having one of my episodes. It's like, well, fine then. Anyway, I'm glad Messi didn't get another trophy or golden boot. Schadenfreude. It's one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
Sensi, it has been emotional for you, has it not?
It has, yeah. I was absolutely chuffed that Spain won. Even though I don't like their left back.
I love him. Why don't you like Mark Cucurella?
Oh, he's just so fucking annoying. He really is.
I think he's great. I mean,
I'd love it if he joined us, but he's.
Messi tried to get him sent off for recovery.
Did you see that? Did you see? Yeah, and Messi's a dick. But did you see the commentator did a pun? He said that was a bit of a hairy moment. No pun intended. Just like that was one of the only laughing bits of the whole fucking World Cup final. I don't think there should be a World Cup final. I think if you get to the last 4, everyone just gets a medal. That's what I think. England have won it, Spain have won it, Argentina have won it, and France have won it. That's what I think.
Or just really spoof everyone. Oh, right, everyone's here, and you've all qualified. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
See you later.
You can go home now.
Trump's going to play the World Cup final on his own. Boy 10DO makes a point here. I need a serious break from football this season. Destroyed me, really. I think we all do.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone. I mean, I think it's just we have been through the emotional ringer. But that's what I think. I'm not going to get fully into this transfer window. I'm not doing breaking news and shit like that. But do the Tuesday and the Sunday show. I'd like to do the movie show more regularly and maybe turn the pub into a bit of a quiz fest because they're always fun nights as well. Sorry, Zandy, have you finished or did I?
No, I haven't because I haven't alluded to you yet, Mr. Dan. And it's been a.
I just had a feeling.
It was 5 minutes.
It was it was 5 minutes. Me just going, and everyone preferred it. We had more people watching then. I found the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that. But yeah, they know what I'm saying. It was worth all the winning the league this year. It was worth it all winning the league this year. Yeah, look how happy it's made our fans. You can see why people don't like Arsenal fans. I'm not sure I do. I liked all of the Arsenal fans at the parade, and I love all the Arsenal fans that come in here. Everyone else, not sure about. But thank you. It has been emotional. Thank you both for being on. It's been an absolute joy for me, and I look forward to catching up with you on the Odyssey and the wrestling show on Friday. Well, I'll put another advert for you out there. We're going to make this huge, And then there's no football now, so everyone just chill out. All right, you don't have to hate referees. You don't have to be angry at, hydration breaks. Although
European qualifiers have started already.
Oh, fantastic! Do you know what? I'm going to introduce dehydration breaks from now on, where you have to eat crisps. That's just an innovation I've got, and we'll be doing instead of ref cam, it'll be Dan cam, so you'll be able to see what I see when I'm looking at me, looking at you. But movie streams only, please. No transfer news. There is no fucking transfer news. Like I'm with you, Boy 10DO. You're in the right place. People will come in and ask us about transfers. We'll go, don't know until they're holding the shirt up. We don't care. All right. And then even when they're holding the shirt up, I'm not going to pretend I know who fucking Christos Solis is.
Have you seen who we're playing in the friendlies?
I did briefly see this, and I have completely forgotten.
Joined the club. I looked and I thought, okay.
It wasn't good or bad. But
Girona next week, ain't you?
That one, I think, but that wasn't the.
Still sounds about rings a bell. I mean, we got Bayer Leverkusen, I think, in the Emirates Cup.
Yay, the Emirates Cup. Every year we go, what the fuck is the Emirates Cup? Genuinely. Last year we played a game and we all thought it was the Emirates Cup and it wasn't the Emirates Cup. I remember last year on my work pad writing down, fuck, we lost to Spurs. That's all I remember from the pre-season in Hong Kong. This season, let's not have a pre-season. Let's just have a season and then a post-season if you want. But thank you both for joining me. I look forward to catching up with you, Tom, on the Move Chat. Drag yourself to see it in the cinema, Zanzi, and then we can all three of us compare notes. But until I see you again, sei glücklich. Bis bald.